Racing, or if you're here inside the Dome in America's Center in St. Louis, welcome. We're glad that you are with us for this event. My name's Dustin Jarrett, and I'm joined alongside by my good friend, Mr. Ben Shelton. As you take a look in the pit area there, Bobby Pierce looking to become one of two drivers to win this event for the first time. And Ben, I'll tell you what, the excitement, as always, in the air here at Gateway. This, my friend, is the hottest ticket in all of dirt late model racing.
Ticket sales are up. The entries filled up, I think, in like 20 minutes. It was something stupid. And now it all comes down to this. They started loading the haulers in yesterday. They got them parked. Kelly Carlton, the staff did a great job. Tonight, though, hashtag Dirt in December. It starts, and these are the prelims. This is where the pursuit of becoming a champion on Saturday night begins for half of the field in both the Velocity Super Late Models and the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. And if you get behind the 8-ball tonight, your weekend's not doomed, but it just got a lot harder.
You aren't wrong there. A 1/5 mile racetrack indoors. Let's get a couple things out of the way first and foremost. The track is as big as they can make it. The dirt is the dirt that they have to use. The track is banked as high as they can bank it, all right? Let's get those things out of the way right now. And let's go ahead and just take a real quick look at some of the Coltman Farms track facts for the Dome in America Center. Again, we're right here in downtown St. Louis, Missouri. This event first started back in 2016. And you can get your 1/5 mile smile on right here in downtown St. Louis, Missouri at the Dome in America Center for the 9th annual running of the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Well, it's an interesting format because, again, the field is divided in half. Half will go today, the other half to tomorrow. And, again, the idea is you want to be in the top three, whether you're a Velocity Super Late Model or you are a Summit Racing Equipment Modified, because if you finish in the top three in a prelim night, that means not only are you locked in, but in the late model world, that also means that you're going to get one of those very popular videos. As you see the schedule for today, we're going to have Dirt Draft Hot Laps. We've got Twisted Machine qualifying. We've got the Weir's Machine modified qualifying. It goes into the heat races. It goes into the B mains. $5,000 to win for the Velocity Super Late Models here tonight. $3,000 to win for the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. And again, DJ, if you're in the top three in either one of those, you are locked into Saturday's show. And tomorrow just got a lot more fun for you.
Yeah, you aren't wrong there. You can sit back and relax tomorrow and watch the rest of these guys duke it out. So as you see that schedule of events there, important to note, we'll have 6 heat races for the Velocity Super Late Models a little bit later on, 8 laps each. They'll take the top 2. The Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds, they'll have 4 heat races, and there'll be 8 laps in distance, and the top 4 out of those will transfer in as well. As you see members of the team down there chatting on the racetrack, let's welcome in the newest member of our broadcast team this year. Mr. Chris Moore will be giving us all the insight from the pit area. Chris, welcome to the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Thank you, DJ. It is awesome to be here. So glad to be here. And the coolest thing I've seen so far here at the Dome is there's something for everybody. Of course, there's late models. Of course, there's modifieds. But you know what else you can't forget walking through this pit area? It's almost Christmas time. You walk around the pits, race cars, guys putting on brand new bodies with brand new paint schemes for this race this weekend that include Christmas, Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, Clark Griswold, Buddy the Elf. It's all here throughout the pit area. I think that's one of the coolest things about this race. These guys love coming here, love coming to the Dome, but also love being a part of Christmas time, racing right here around the holiday season, and it shows. I got Bobby Pierce right here behind me. You see Rudolph and Santa Claus. The abominable snowman's on the back corner panel. It's awesome to see the holiday season here in the pit area. We'll see a lot more of that and a lot of racing action throughout the week. I'm going to send it up top to Trenton Berry.
Hey, Chris, thanks a lot. I'm certainly glad to be here back at the Gateway Dirt Nationals this year. And this event really has a lot of staying power. And, you know, we see a lot of times in racing that events go backwards as the years roll on. And, boy, this thing seems to be full steam ahead and picking up momentum. Easily the busiest Thursday pit area I've ever seen. And it was also the busiest concourse area right here, right outside the main grandstands as I was walking around there earlier today. The vendors are aplenty. The race cars are rolling into the Dome. I'm looking forward to a great event. What a great way to kick off the holiday season and then also wrap up the racing season for the majority of these teams all across the country, man. The place is packed. The pit area is packed. I'm so excited to be back here, and we'll be walking the concourse and the suites all weekend long, bringing you all sorts of neat interviews with people across the sport of racing, of dirt racing. With that, we're going to send it down into the infield to Blake Anderson.
Thank you very much, Trenton Berry. Well, down here in the infield, you'll hear me talk about it all week long. The racetrack. No track do you see all year long that changes more than right here at the Dome of the Americas Centers. And this year, the first thing I notice as I'm walking out the exit here is just how hard the dirt is. Usually when you walk across this 5th mile racetrack, it's real spongy. You almost kind of bounce across it. This year, very, very hard racing surface. Really interested to see how that responds to the week. In years past, Thursday usually track stays pretty tacky. We see it change overnight into Friday, and Friday brings a much different racetrack than it does on Thursday. So with about 66 late models signed in and I think around 30 modifieds, it's going to be very interesting to watch this racetrack through the night, and I'm excited to see how long it takes to get on the fence here at the Dome of the Americas Center. With that, we're going to throw it to some commercials, and we'll be back at the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We are a full mechanical facility. Anything short of body work or paint work we do on this location. We've got 20 bays. The equipment is second to none. Any kind of mechanical repair, from a simple oil change, alignments, tires, simple brake squeal, preventative maintenance, tune-ups, transmission services, anything that car needs, we can handle. More than anything, I just want people to feel comfortable when they're at Tucker's Automotive.
Close Racing Supply in Eldred, Pennsylvania has been in business since 1996, serving the motorsports industry with quality parts for dirt late models, modifieds, and stock clip race cars. In stock are parts from top manufacturers like All Star Performance, Weir's Machine, Sweet Manufacturing, Winners Performance, Willwood Brakes, and many others. CRS is also home of CRS Race Components, providing top quality suspension parts. Orders are shipped out daily using UPS, FedEx, and truck freight. Find out more at closeracingsupply.com.
Who is Performance Bodies?
They're a lot more than race car bodies, stocking over 6,000 different brand name Circle Track parts, and we're strictly Circle Track. From the highest divisions to the weekly racer, we are here for dirt.
Customer service.
When you call, those same racers that are running on the weekends are answering the phones at Performance Bodies. They give first-hand knowledge of every part we sell and free expert advice.
The Performance Bodies difference.
If it's in our catalog, it's in our warehouse, and it ships the same day you order it, guaranteed. So go see for yourself. Visit performancebodies.com or call them today.
It rose from humble beginnings in the Valley of the Sun. A sprint car racer saw the need for racing shirts. And now, the vision of Carl Korbacher has resulted in Arizona Sport Shirts helping racers across America spread their message. For the best custom designed shirts, hoodies, caps, koozies, and much more, go to ArizonaSportShirts.com. Be part of history. Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt.
Exterior Services and Team Atwell ride with a winner. Congratulations to Trevor Atwell and the team at Atwell Exterior Services in Greenville, North Carolina. Atwell is the top-rated roofing and exterior renovations company in racing country, and Team Atwell has sponsored so many great racing teams for years. Ride with a winner on your roof or on the track. Atwell Exterior Services. Atwell Exterior Services and Team Atwell Racing. Ride with a winner.
Sports are better on the big screen. Head to your preferred device, App Store, to download the all-new Flow Sports TV apps. Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android, and Chromecast. You can set your favorites, search our library of live and on-demand content, and so much more. Download today, and that is the all-new Flow Sports app. Welcome back to the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ben Shelton, have you set your Dirt Draft Fantasy lineup?
I have, and for each of those drivers in the Velocity late models and the Summit Modifieds, if you're on my roster, it could be a long night for you is what it could be. But I have set mine. Have you set yours yet?
I did.
Your starter.
I set my starter line, like my starter
you...
coffee. Yep, I set my starter lineup. Yep, thank you. Hey, tons of stuff going on, as you see right there. You can use the code FloRacing when signing up to get a ton of cool stuff. There's going to be a nightly contest this year. Each nightly winner gets a pair of 2-day tickets to next year's Gateway Dirt Nationals. There's also going to be an overall championship as well. And by the way, Ben, I don't know if they're doing it for this one or not. They did a really cool trophy for the World 100.
Yeah, I know you won.
The winner. Yeah. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you saw that or not. So
very excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, Gateway Dirt Nationals Dirt Draft. Make sure you get that in. And maybe this driver is one you want to put on your team. Chris Moore, take it away.
Yeah, I've got him in my lineup. We'll see if you stay there. We're just talking about Dirt Draft. Tyler, we were just talking about all the brand new bodies that come down here, and it's interesting. Everybody, gets all prettied up to come race here at the Dome.
Yeah, it's silliness. It's just if you start with something new, you give yourself a couple more times to fix it, I guess. But yeah, it's a cool deal. Definitely give the fans, make them think a little bit different when they're watching, trying to figure out, I guess, who's who or what car's what. But help sell T-shirts, and it's just a fun event. Cody does a great job with it. Like I said, I dogged him when he first started. I thought it was dumb, and now that I've been here, it's be the third year in the late model. I think it's awesome. It's super cool, and we look forward to it every year. So, yeah, just looking forward to today. Hope it's a little bit rough, a little bit exciting, and we'll have a good run.
I was going to ask what kind of vibes you get coming back here. Obviously, the winner back in 2022, but obviously a very emotional week for you then. So what kind of vibes do you get coming back to this place every year?
I mean, it's got a little bit more emotion just, for the reasons, but it's another race, and it's a totally different race. There's a lot of luck, a lot of, things have to go your way. You can't have a flat. Just really, it's a totally different event. You don't really make or break your weekend in one day. There's so much that goes on and happens. So it's really cool. And yeah, I mean, to run good here, it means a lot to me personally. Not just the race, just the whole area and everything about what this place means to me. Yeah, it's cool. My mom's here. A lot of my friends and family can come and watch. So it's a really special place, and it'd be cool to win. I'm not a crybaby. I don't feel like I cry like Brandon Overton very much, but I might actually get a tear or something just at any point being here. So it's cool, and I hope we have a really good run, and excited for the weekend.
Good luck.
Thanks.
There you go, guys. The most interesting interview in late model racing. Tyler Erb, back to you guys.
Nope, it sticks. It's Tyler Erbo.
I like that.
Yeah, I threw the nickname and his real name together. That's my bad.
Well, DJ, earlier we saw the two-seater make a few laps around this racetrack, and right now we've got the first wave of Velocita super late models out there. They're rolling it in, getting it sealed up, but we're going to have several waves of Dirt Draft hot laps. And as we look out on the speedway right now, how about the Reaper, Ryan Gustin? Scott Bloomquist was his hero, and he comes here with a Scott Bloomquist tribute car, that 19R, the J. Dickens-powered Infinity by Wells, Allen Seamless Gutters, Carl Chevrolet entry. 14 wins on the year for the two-time USMTS champion Ryan Gustin. A big year he had with the World of Outlaws out of Marshalltown, Iowa.
Absolutely. The driver behind him over in turn number 3 is, I love the wrap on that race car. That's Super Shep, Steve Shepard Jr. out of New Berlin, Illinois, the 49-year-old in the Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage Valvoline Shep's Bar and Grill sponsored rocket chassis for Steve Shepard Jr. in the 5S, and behind him is going to be the driver of the number 57H, and that is Nathan Higginbotham out of Bagley, Minnesota, in the Higginbotham Trucking and Directional Drilling sponsored. It's a Judas power plant underneath the hood of that MB Customs race car.
Behind him, first time to the Dome, the 74 of Mike Franklin out of Stephen City, Virginia, the Race City Performance 525 powered rocket, the Gunner's Honey entry, and in the H1, that will be Steve Hewitt out of Manford, Oklahoma, the SHR Auto Repair Poor Ways Fab GRT race car.
3 other drivers on the track for this first wave of Dirt Draft hot laps. There's a look at Zach Blackwood In the number 93 car, the Columbus, Indiana driver. Good to have him at the Dome this year. The 32 behind him, a very similarly wrapped car in the PBR of St. Louis wrap. That's going to be Chris Simpson behind the wheel. Driver out of Oxford, Iowa, 3 wins on the year, a 3-time Gateway Dirt National starter is Chris Simpson. And then Rodney Melvin, the multi-time UMP Dirt Car National champ out of Benton, Illinois, and 3-time winner this year, a Clements-powered Longhorn for the Rick's Towing Ace Hardware Changing Seasons 50-year-old. Out of Benton, Illinois. That's Rodney Melvin in the 27.
Well, the first driver we talked about, the fastest in that set, Ryan Gustin out of 11.696, the first wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And you see that Wells Motorsports Infinity by Wells Todd Cooney Racing tribute car to Scott Bloomquist. And there's a lot of tribute cars in the pit area, and it's really cool to see everything they have out there. As those cars are going to roll back to the pit area, and they will go back and get ready for Twisted Tech qualifying. That will determine the 6 heat race lineups here today at the Dome at America Center in the 8th Annual Nationals, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's a really cool race car.
And you see there on the left side of your screen, that is actually, it's a running order. They'll adjust that to the best lap time.
Yep.
There on the left side of your screen. Hey, that's a new graphic we got, by the way.
It is very cool. I think right now it's set to running order. They'll switch that around to best lap momentarily as the next set of cars come out. And how about car 76 for your 2024 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion? That is big sexy Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia. The Longhorn Clements powered Riggs Fiber Napa Auto Parts. Car 76, 10 wins on the year for Brandon Overton. And behind him in car number 89 out of Manhattan, Illinois, it's Mike Spatola, Opie. The Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket Chassis. 4 wins this year for the Big Daddy Scrap Illinois State Rifle Association number 89.
I love the car behind him, Ben. The 34, the Sonoya Raceway sponsored entry. That is going to be, he just race directed with us down there a couple weeks ago. That's Chad Wallace out of LaGrange, Georgia, in the Chris Nelson Automotive, Nelson Boat Storage, portable storage sponsored Clements powered Longhorn. 3 runner-up finishes this year for Chad Wallace, looking to find victory lane here this weekend. Behind him in the 45, that's going to be Kyle Hammer, a 3-time winner in 2024 for the Clinton, Illinois driver, the Troy Page Excavating, Precision Recovery, Shepherd Auto Sales and Salvage sponsored number 45, Kyle Hammer.
And car 18 at the flag stand. He won the prelim here back in 2016 and in 2019 he won, and I love it. It is Shannon Babb, the Moequa Missile, and the Petrov Towing, Donway Trucking, Dynagro's Seat, Vic Hill powered Longhorn. 1 win on the year for Shannon Babb, and that is a great looking race car. Meanwhile, behind Shannon Babb in car number 81R, that'll be Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee, the Clements powered Longhorn, Riggs Fiber, VG Performance, Andy's Towing, and VP Racing Fuels, all sponsors for Jason Riggs, number 81R.
One other driver on the track for this wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, and that's going to be the driver, the Keith Lawson Motorsports number 1 this weekend, one with a little 21 after it, and that is going to be Catman John Mitchell out of Texarkana, Texas.
One more on the speedway right behind him.
Joseph Joyner. I thought you got Joseph Joyner.
I missed him. No, sir.
All right, well, there's Joseph Joyner on the racetrack, the driver out of Milton, Florida, in the Kubota Tractors and Train Paints. By the way, look at that. I love that. It looks like a skid steer there on the side of that number 10 car. Good looking wrap for the driver out of Milton, Florida in the Kubota Genuine Parts Trade and Paint Space Racing Fuels number 10. Guys?
And Ben and DJ, when you get a chance, check out the details on the wrap on Shannon Babb's car.
Oh, I did.
Really, really cool. With the hunter with the bow and arrow, and then the deer on the back quarter panel, the hunter's aiming at in the corn. Very, very cool.
That's actually me.
Dome, you think of Shannon Babb.
Yes.
You do. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
When I go hunting, I think of Shannon Babb, how much I wish he would let me hunt with him in Illinois.
Hunt with him, not against him.
Not against him. That's right. Shannon Babb trying to make this race. He's one of just, I think, 2 drivers that's made this race 7 times, Ben. So going to make this race for the 8th time. Babb, a last chance winner here back in 2022. Best finish was 7th back in 2017. There's a good look at Opie. Mike Spatola, the 3-time Fairbury Speedway track champ in the 89.
And how about Jason Riggs? The Riggs Camp brought 4 cars here this weekend. 4 with Brandon Overton, Jason Riggs, Jack Riggs, and Jaden Frame, as that wraps up that wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And Brandon Overton, fastest car in that set, an 11.848. Still Ryan Gustin, the fastest Dirt Draft time of the afternoon. And again, get those Dirt Draft lineups in. It's a lot of fun. and you just hope that DJ never beats you because he will never let you forget about it.
This is true. Very
Make sure
true.
to get your dirt draft lineups in. You have until the time that the heat races make their way out to the speedway. And today, opening ceremony set for about 5 o'clock. As guys, we head back out to you.
What do we have on the line for dirt draft between all of us, the announcers?
No, we're not doing that because DJ plays dirt draft nonstop.
Well, I'll tell you what, the loser has to lead the crowd in singing the national anthem tomorrow night, Blake.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's why we got P. Kitty here, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
The only.
Oh, next wave of cars you see there just about to make their way on the track, Ben.
So you see the traffic flow where we have the way they exit out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 3, the entrance. It used to be in turn 2, and admittedly, guys kept getting crowded up into that track opening. A lot of race cars got tore up. Luckily, nobody got hurt, so they changed that up, and that's why you see the traffic flow. We want this racetrack to be as safe as we possibly can. But I'll tell you what else they've done. I talked with Kelly Carlton about it. They added more banking this year than they've had in previous years, and you can really see it over in turn 2, the way it gets up on the wall, and it's more of a roller coaster effect as the next set of cars come out, and it's the lowrider himself, the 11 of Trevor Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri. The white walls on the number 11, the Woody Bogler Trucking JT Auto Cells Longhorn race car for Trevor Gundaker.
What he's got, he's got a decal down over the left rear of that race car. I mean,
he's
STL, baby. Fender skirts. Yeah, how long does that stay on? Go ahead.
I was going to say, Lance Brasington will be behind him. The Lexington, South Carolina driver, the B&B Performance Engine, Kryptonite, Mr. B's Heating and Air, and Savannah River Land Management sponsors on the 11.
Behind him is going to be the driver of the 21. I think he's got a little 1 in front of it. It's going to be Maysville, Georgia's Will Harris. In that Gus Simpson Winterboro Speedway sponsored number 21 for Will Harris, a winner earlier this year at the Winterboro Raceway, last race with us a few years back. And there's a good look at the 14, and that's going to be Quentin White out of Greenwood, Indiana, the 24-year-old in the Superheat Solutions Coomer Roofing JS Quality Masonry sponsored number 14.
Car number 78, no stranger to the dome. The dome, that'll be Chad Zobrist out of Highland, Illinois, the Dargy Powered Rocket, Renderer Farms, Silver Plumbing, and Rydecker Farms, all sponsors on Chad Zobrist's number 78. Behind him, hang on to it, got one a little bit sideways there. The number 22 coming to us out of McMinnville, Tennessee. That's going to be Bree Whitmore, the Riverside Custom Wholesale Mums Epic Logistics Sports Race Car for Bree Whitmore.
Oh my, the 32 of Derek Fetter goes around. He's a stalwart here at the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. Missouri native there in the Big Stickies Barbecue F&S Collision. We're on Mill State Farm sponsored entry for the 38-year-old, and then one other driver on the track, I believe over in turn number 2. There he is in the 25P, and that's going to be the Grand Bend, Kansas native Mike Petersilly, a 2-time winner this year in that LHK Sales Stone Sand Company Pit Stop Motorsports Grand Bend Ready Mix sponsored number 25P.
So no harm, no foul as the caution flag flies here at the Dome at America's Center. 8 editions of this event, 5 different Velocita Super Late Model champions. Can we see a 6th one here in 2024 as the green flag flies once again?
You know, I was talking to a driver in the pit area a little bit earlier, and we had the same discussion about how, you got to be really good, but you got to have luck go your way as well. And that's just
a lot of it.
You got to have a lot of it, yeah. But you know what? And it was Rusty Schlink I was talking to, and it's like we said. He said the cream always seems to rise to the top. And Rusty made a good point. He said it does rise to the top. He said, but with each year the quality of competition grows as well. And he said it's not quite as easy for that cream to rise, maybe as what it once was.
Yeah, and Rusty was actually joking with me tomorrow. Him and his son Carter making his debut. He goes, I think Carter's got an easier group than I do. And I said, all right, Rusty, don't make excuses. But very, very exciting.
And Carter will be, I think he's going to be the youngest entrant that we've ever had for the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. Tonight, we have the oldest entrant of the year this year. He'll be coming out here momentarily, James O'Hara out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania, the 74-year-old.
And then we have, we talked about, we got some 17-year-olds, a couple of ladies here. Bree Whitmore, we just saw out there 17, as well as Amelia Eisenschenk. I believe we'll see Amelia tomorrow. Blake, down to you.
You guys talked about Trevor Gundaker's car. He really went all out. The last lap, his dice came flying off the car.
No.
My.
Blake, I think those are yours now. I think once you get them, they're yours.
All right, deal.
Deal. Done. Well, the next set of cars gets set to come out to the speedway, and you see sitting down in staging Rachel Snyder. Of course, her and her sister Megan Sanders, they've become mainstays of action here at the Dome at America Center. Now, last year Rachel's name was Carpenter. This year Snyder, as she got married a few months ago, and you and I actually did the announcement for the wedding party, which was kind of fun.
We had a very small part of that wedding, and we weren't even there. That's right. They asked us to announce the wedding party, and so we did that, and that was our gift to Greg and Rachel. So congratulations to them as she is about to make her way out on the speedway. You mentioned she's become a stalwart here in that Liskey's Auto and Truck sponsored number 11 out of Langsburg, Michigan. That is Rachel Snyder. Behind her is going to be the number 41 making his way out, and that's going to be Matt Mency out of Nixa, Missouri in that Powell Motorsports Yauman powered Capital race car. Again, Matt Mency in the 41.
Will Harrington on the speedway out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, custom powered rocket. The 5M Construction New Point Lighting and Design car 14X. And riding out to the speedway behind him will be cart number 1. And that one, DJ, is going to be... Got a few of them here. I think
it's Daniel Shelton. It's not Ben Shelton. It says Shelton under the number.
Yeah, it's Daniel Shelton out there out of Richmond, Kentucky, and the Oliver Drywall crate-powered Swartz race car, and a few more competitors, DJ.
Austin Tice on the racetrack in the number 7D. Behind him, the driver out of Brenham, Texas, in the Say Plumbing sponsored number 7. There's a good look at the number 4E, and that is going to be Scott Gieshel out of Collinsville, Illinois. Doug Tye turning the wrenches on that car this weekend. There's a good look at the C66 back with us for the second year in a row out of Owenwald, Tennessee. That's going to be Donald Johnson. He's wasting no time applying a little bit of chrome horn. Ted Johnson Jr. out of Rushville, Ohio in the number 25 on the track. And just behind him, a guy that had just absolutely rotten luck here a year ago as Ted Johnson Jr. goes around off the heels of Donald Johnson's spin down in turns 1 and 2, but just behind them, the 18 now making his way across the infield, and that's going to be Robbie Scott out of Shinston, West Virginia, the Music City Sheet Metal sponsor number 18. And Chris Moore, one driver that was going to be racing with us this tonight that has been pushed back to Friday is Ryan Unziger.
Yeah, I was just going to say that if you have Ryan Unziger in your dirt draft lineups at home, you're going to want to take him out. They're going to switch to tomorrow. They were changing the valve springs this morning, found out they had problems in the motor, so they're swapping it out right now. So Ryan's going to move to tomorrow. We're going to talk to him a little bit later, but just wanted to get that report to you guys. Ryan Unziger scratched from tonight.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate it. One other driver slated to run tonight that has been pushed to tomorrow is the Claremore, Oklahoma native Jordan Barbie in the 2B. Jordan was about to air up, put a little gas in one of his shocks, and the hose actually came off. It blew off. It came back and got him in the head, lacerated him in the chest, and so he is going to have to get a few stitches. So he has been pushed to Friday night as well, as we once again have split the field in half this year at the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. As of right now, Ryan Gustin, the fastest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And with that, we're going to step aside and thank a few of the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after this. You are watching the live broadcast of the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the back roads to the big cities, at Black Widow Trucks, we believe in the American dream. With a full line of trucks from your favorite manufacturers, we provide a turnkey solution allowing you to drive the truck of your dreams without the hassle of sourcing parts, back orders, or voiding your factory warranty.
And one last thing, you can find me in St. Louis.
Black Widow Trucks, an industry icon. Find out more at blackwidowtrucks.com.
Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, Coach and Trailer Sales, Paducah, Kentucky. If you're in the market for a like-new, pre-owned motorhome or trailer, give us a call today or check us out at chasecoach.com. Lots of inventory in stock, normally something to fit every budget. Financing available, we deliver nationwide, and we accept trade-ins too. I would love to earn your business.
For 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
Need parts fast? We got fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
In dirt track racing, it's all about speed. And at Performance Plus Global Logistics, so are we. Our team of dedicated professionals has the tools you need to drive your business forward. We have experience worldwide with a small-town customer service feel that allows us to deliver best-in-class custom solutions with a personal touch. Let us help drive your team forward by visiting pplusglobal.com for your next shipment.
Welcome back to the Dome at America Center, the 8th annual Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. As you see the Gundaker camp down there. Trevor in action today. Gordy, a former prelim winner, in action tomorrow. And DJ, we've seen Dirt Draft Hot Laps for Group A. Now entering the building, Group B for the Velocita Super Late Models. Another 30-plus race cars taking to this 5th Mile Oval.
Yeah, we have 66 entrants on hand here this evening. Slated to have about 75 tomorrow. It was supposed to have about 75 each day. We had 66 of them make their way here tonight, and we'll see what we have tomorrow. But the first driver leading this group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps out will be the 17-year-old out of Richmond, Indiana. That's Tristan Chamberlain. And that Gibson Racing Vision Woodworks wide open graphics, Truman Quarter Horses sponsored number 20 TC. Had a solid rookie campaign with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series this year. And behind him been one of what we like to call the Dome Darlings. One of the drivers that made a name for himself at this event. A 9-time winner in 2024 out of Wills Point, Texas. That is former Gateway pole sitter Patrick Daniel.
Yeah, he loves this place and this place loves him. Behind him, second time to this event out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin. Justin Green, the Barry Malls high performance engine, a Vision race car, the Usper Concrete Products Fine Line Fabrications Kart 19J, and behind him in Kart 28K, that'll be Tate O'Leary out of Wallaceburg, Ontario, the Mario Racing Engine Rocket Chassis sponsored by Sol Solutions.
Behind him is going to be the driver, I believe, making his first ever appearance here at the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals out of St. Jacob, Illinois. That's going to be Todd Ray in the MFL Hancock Roofing sponsored number 17. Behind him, running a special wrap this weekend with the Dirty Dollar Ranch. It's going to be Superman Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia, a 13-time winner this year of the Nutrient Ag Solutions Dynagrow Seed ASC warranty. Mark Martin Automotive sponsored number 49.
In car 55, that's Benji Hicks out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The T&K Enterprises Coleman Farms Racing Clements Power Double Nickel, a 2-time winner this year is Benji Hicks as he makes his debut here. And riding behind him, it's the Newport Nightmare, the 20 of Jimmy Owens, 4-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, and the Kohler Motorsports Reese Monument Company, Ultimate Towing and Recovering, Tim Short Automotive Group, Vic Hill Powered Rocket Chassis for Jimmy Owens.
Those were the drivers on the track for the next session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The first group of drivers has been mentioned in Group B. So the field split in half. The entire group of 150 entries split in half. Half the field races tonight, half the field races tomorrow night. Within tonight's field, they do a Group A and B format like you traditionally see with Lucas Oil or with the World of Outlaws. So this field of about 66 entries is split in half. Group A and Group B tonight has been mentioned earlier. Group A was out and hot lap just a little bit ago. Group B on the racetrack right now.
Right now, waiting on the times to come up as some fresh faces in this set. Tristan Chamberlain, first time here. Benji Hicks, first time here. As we'll have times momentarily, but again, the Group B will make up heat races 4, 5, and 6 today. And DJ, as you said, 8 laps on the heats. Later, top 2 out of those heats move on, and then everybody else relegated to a B main. Still waiting for the times to populate here from Group B's first set.
Yeah, I think...
Is it all mixed in together?
Yeah, they're mixed in together. They're mixed in with the Group A cars. Unofficially, I think Jonathan Davenport was the quickest in that group with a 1:2.413. He's about 19th overall right now, as the track obviously taking just, not want to say taking rubber, but it's cleaned off just a little bit from where it was in that first set of dirt draft hot laps.
And the name of the game today is get a good foundation in it. We see it every year. For Thursday, you get a good foundation. Friday, they start playing with it a little bit more, seeing if they put a little bit more juice to it.
I thought you meant the drivers. I thought you meant the drivers too.
Maybe all of the above.
You know,
maybe all of the above.
You know what my favorite saying is? Survive in advance.
That's right.
Just like NC State, man, just survive in advance. And that's the name of the game for the drivers, I think. Just survive in advance. Get through tonight unscathed. Obviously, you want to have a really good finish, and you want to make the feature number 1. You want to have a good finish in at number 2, but just kind of keep moving forward. Just advance a little bit. They give you tons of opportunities to make the show here between qualifying well, running well in your heat, the prelim feature tonight. They have B mains on Saturday. They've got a last chance win in your
races.
On qualifiers. So I mean, there's multiple opportunities to race your way in. Again, you kind of survive in advance as we got the next session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps pulling on the speedway, and they're going to be led out by the Freeland, Maryland driver. That's Daniel Garrett in the 81, the CMI Dream Enterprises, Jones Junction, Bay Area Mosquito and Tick Services.
That's
Ben,
right.
if you got an issue with mosquitoes and ticks, you can give a call out to Daniel Garrett and Company in the 81. Behind him is going to be the driver of the number C6, and that is Oakley Johns out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, a 4-time winner this year. That's Zippy's Auto Franklin Enterprises Summertown Metals sponsored number C6.
Another no stranger veteran to the Dome, Rusty Griffall in car number 16. The Bob Black Cattle Farms, JS All Bouchon Concrete, Home Service Oil, Iron City Recycling, all sponsors on that number 16. And he's already got that right. He's playing the long game with that quarter panel.
Oh my!
And sneaking past him in the 8L, now in front of a couple of cars up, in fact, will be Jeffrey Ledford out of Chenoa, Illinois. The Mullins Power Dynasty Race Car Tire Slick and Boba Rental sponsors on that number 8.
Oh, what else we got? That is very hard to read, but that is an 18, and that's going to be David Siebers, who's been here the last several years out of Lewisburg, Tennessee, in the Frisky Motorsports, Nunley Excavating, SMS Plumbing sponsored number 18. And there's Brandon Shepard with a new wrap this weekend underneath the B, or on the B5. The defending winner of the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals, and now a 5-time World of Outlaws Late Model Series champ out of New Berlin, Illinois.
See who else we have in the set. David Marlowe made about half a lap and pulled to the infield. And we got the 21 behind Brandon Shepard of Rich Bell in a team car to Daniel Adam this weekend. Rich Bell in car 21 out of the driver coming to us out of Sheffield, Illinois, the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1. Mobilization funding, while Justin L. Langdon Electrical Contractor sponsors on that car for Rich Bell. And looked like one of the fastest cars in that set. No big surprise. Brandon Shepard, 14th fastest overall out of Group A and B.
Yeah, 1:22.33, the lap time for Brandon Shepard. Dirt Draft Hot Laps does not pay anything to win. You see if you can parlay that into a good time in Twisted Tech qualifying here just a little bit later on. We got another group of drivers about to make their way on the track as this group exits. The next group going to make their way out, and Ben, they're going to be led out by the driver of the number 69 out of Indianapolis, Indiana. That is Doug Cooper.
Doug Cooper, the lead outdoor services, Presidential Fence, Superheat Solutions, white-powered Rayburn behind him. And it's going to be a great-looking race car coming to us from the Revival Dirt Late Model Series, Jacob McGee, Lightning McQueen out there in the Triple J Farms, Caney Agri-Service, Southern Fuel, Pro Power Racing Engine, McGee race car, and he had one win on the year that came at Caney Valley Speedway.
Behind him is going to be the reigning Mars Late Model Series champ out of Bloomington, Illinois. It's going to be the high side hustler, Jason Fager. Another good year for him, 17 wins for the 46-year-old in the Titan Industries Digital Copy Systems, Corrosion X Remtech Enterprises sponsored Longhorn for Jason Fager. Behind him is a 2-time, not him. In front of that car is a two-time winner of the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. In the number 28, that's going to be Tyler Carpenter. Tyler Carpenter in the Integra Racing Shocks and Springs Graphic Creations Holden Construction sponsored 28.
Jaden Frame also in the set out of Deckard, Tennessee. The Scott Riggs Racing, Denby's J&J Construction, Clements Powered Longhorn, 5-time winner this year. Tyler Erb, as we got a spinner. Doug Cooper goes for a four-wheel free slide over in turns 1 and 2. And he will draw the caution. Turbo out there, though, in car number 1, rolling out of turn number 2. And you see him on your screen, everybody watching him at FloRacing, the 2022 Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals champion. And the Best Performance Motorsports First Class Septic Lingenfelter Mechanical Contractor, Sunoco Clements Powered Rocket for Tyler Erb. This year's Hell Tour champion with 19 wins.
You got a pair of 4s out there as well. We'll skip we'll skip one of the 4s and go back to this one. That number 4 is Flying Ryan Montgomery, a 2-time Gateway Dirt National starter, 3-time winner this year out of Fairmont, West Virginia, the Montgomery Homes. Newland's International Sales Bromax Equipment Sales sponsored number 4S for Terry Suppa. In front of him, actually now rolling into turn number 1, it's going to be the Pink Panther, Bob Gardner. And the Dynamic Drive Lines Kirby Risk Fox Shocks Performance Body sponsor number 4G. He hails out of Washington, Illinois.
So far, 56 cars in some form or facet have taken to this 5th mile oval for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Fastest lap came in the first set earlier with Ryan Gustin, but we've seen some drivers really making some hay here in the last couple sets. And racetrack really widened out real good right now, DJ. We've seen guys in every groove, and we're also seeing them add water between every single set to try to get it sealed in to give us a good racetrack for the duration of the night.
Yeah, just a little sprinkle of water there on the racetrack as the guys come around. They'll give them a lap to pack it in, as they typically do. There's a look at Tyler Carpenter, as we mentioned, a 2-time winner of this race. I'm seeing unofficially Tyler Erb, maybe the fastest driver in that set of Dirt Draft Hot Lap spin with a 1:2.437. Look at that, someone's already written Dome.
With a smiley face.
With a smiley face, because we're all happy on the first night.
The always smiling Dome happy face. And
oh my, that is not smiling.
Dome.
That is not.
Oh, that's
not smiling right
Bring
there.
it on. I love it.
Carlos Amado Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry Van Sickle. J-Van's going to be talking about all of these amazing field of Summit Racing Equipment mods momentarily as they sit down there. And Carlos down there just taking in the action. And we'll be seeing him at the Wild West Shootout coming up in less than a month. It feels like 3 days. Oh, man. The next set of cars make their way out to the Speedway, and they are going to be led by car 41 of Casey White out of Greenwood, Indiana. The Clements-powered Rocket Chassis. Super Heat Solutions, Elite Outdoors, Van Hawk Roofing and Restoration sponsors on that entry. Behind him, a first-time venture to the Dome. That'll be John Ownby out of Cleveland, Tennessee. The Longhorn Chassis, Phantom Racing Engine, Auto Depot, M&S Motors, Campbell Installation entry for Tennessee's John Ownby in car J0.
Driver behind him is going to be the number 12, and that is Easley, South Carolina's Devin Morgan. And the Rod Roberts Trucking Lewis Auto Sales Oh So Good Mountain Spring Water sponsored number 12. Good to have Devin Morgan back with us here this weekend, and he will be followed by another number 12, and that's going to be Ashton Winger out of Hampton, Georgia. He's got the Rocket Chassis this weekend. The Jeff Matthews Motorsports RVS Electrical sponsored number 12 for Ashton Winger.
William Rose in this set in car 77R out of Scott Depot, West Virginia. The Rose Racing Engine Kryptonite sponsored by CNC Farms and Lovely Construction. And who else have we got out there, DJ? We got
James O'Hara.
We got the ageless one, 74 years young, in the 44 out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania. The Country Ridge Real Estate O'Hara Construction car 44. We've already got one of them that's getting up there and knocking a bit of a spoiler off.
That's the snake.
That's right, Blake Moore snaking around the concrete.
That's right, Zanesville, Ohio, showing out.
And James O'Hara was headed the wrong direction. We got the snake hitting the concrete.
Nope, that's James O'Hara hitting the concrete. Well,
he hit the concrete.
They both, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
They took turns. All right, so checkered flag drops on that set. DJ, I do believe, unless they snooker us, and sometimes they do, we've seen 64 cars come out to the Speedway, so we'll see if we have anybody else or if we move right on down the road and flip them around for Twisted Tech qualifying for Group A for the Velocita Super Late models.
I think we are going to have Twisted Tech qualifying for the Velocita Super Late models coming up. And there it is. Look, right on cue. That's what the camera shows.
How about first qualifier of the day, first time to the Dome, Indiana's Zach Blackwood in the 93.
No pressure.
No pressure. He had a heck of a year, man. I tell you what, Zach got back into racing quite a bit more this year. He had a good run with us, the Castrol FloRacing Night in America at Brownstown. And good to see new faces here at the Dome. So we're going to give this set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps just another lap or two before we send them back to the pit area to get ready for their Twisted Tech qualifying laps.
This, you hit the nail on the head earlier, man, when you said this opening night, this Thursday night is the night where you get that base foundation on the racetrack, right? You don't want to toy with it too much. You know you've got 3 straight nights of racing. You're inside a dome. There's concrete on the ground. So it's a lot different than working a racetrack outdoors, right? As our good friend Jerry Van Sickle will tell us a little bit later on. You know, that water goes down to the ground when you prep a racetrack outdoors. Inside, it's got nowhere to go. It hits the concrete. And so working a racetrack indoors is a ton different. I can't pretend to know a whole lot about it other than what I've talked to some of the folks here, and Kevin Gundaker and a few others. But as you mentioned earlier, you get that foundation. You kind of see where you're at. You get a good solid base on this racetrack first, as you can see there, as we get a wide shot of the racetrack. Then you start toying around with how much water you can put in here starting tomorrow.
Well, and it's also about 20 degrees outside right now, too.
That it is, yeah.
You've got that ground temperature, and you've got the door opening and closing. There's a lot of things at play here.
And it's been a very, last year we talked about how there was more moisture in the dirt last year, right, whenever they brought it in, because it had been a wetter summer. This year it's been the opposite. We've been in a dry spell, really, it seems like, since about June or so. As you see Brandon Shepard back there in the pit area talking to some of his guys.
Getting some tips back there. And I tell you what, Shep, he had come so close to winning this event, and last year he got the job done. And right there, he may be getting some unwanted advice, wanted advice. You never can tell. There's a lot of people, and the thing we know about the Dome is just when you think you got it figured out, the Dome shows you that you haven't.
I love our JCB pit cam, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that we could have shown it at about 1:45 this afternoon when you and I walked up here. There was a line of about 500 people waiting back there to get over to the racetrack.
Well, one of my favorite moments of the weekend is Saturday when you look back there and it looks like Lollapalooza is happening in the pits because it's just a sea of humanity. As they've gone out, they've watered the top of the racetrack. They took a look at the low side, and again, they're going to continue to work on it. It's hard to guess. I'm starting to think we might have a chance to catch a quick break here if we need to, as they're putting a little water to it. And as soon as we do that, we know that they're going to send the first qualifiers
Sure, absolutely.
out.
Yeah, that's how it works every time.
What do you think, DJ? Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and talk about who the first few qualifiers are going to be. Your first qualifier today in Dirt Draft play again in Twisted Tech qualifying will be Zach Blackwood out of Columbus, Indiana. The Kendall Truck Parts Incorporated, Jones Core, DMB Screen Printing and Embroidery, Jason Smith Transport, Bullock Powered Longhorn for Zach Blackwood in car 93. He'll be joined by Oklahoma Steve Hewitt out of Manford, Oklahoma. He had a hard ride over at Crawford County Speedway in Arkansas this year. Had to take a few months off. Back in action though, 9th in this year's Sooner Late Model Series points. The SHR Auto Repair, Poorways Fabs, Creek County Speedway, GRT for Steve Hewitt in car H1. And your third qualifier, a guy that really started getting back into racing the past couple years. And as you said, DJ, got 3 wins this year. And it's cool to have him here with us. Rodney Melvin, the 4-time Dirt Car Summer Nationals champion. And this year picked up a Summer Nationals win. Look at that little guy.
I love it.
Baby. Hanging out. I love the families here. I love the families, and they're ready to rock. I saw actually Rodney Melvin pick up a Summer Nationals win at Riverside International Speedway, and I never thought I'd see the day that my home track would have a Summer Nationals event. But we did, and Rodney Melvin won.
When I think Memphis, Tennessee, I think the heart of Summer Nationals territory.
Right down there, yeah. He also got an ultimate Heart of America win at Bloomington this year, and my personal favorite at Southern Illinois Raceway, he got a Mod Light win this year. So 3 wins this year for Rodney Melvin. The Ace Hardware, Thomas & Express, Rick's Towing, Clements Powered Longhorn. Blake Anderson, you're down there watching all of this track prep, and I want you to, you've had front row seat for now 8 years. What do you see so far out of this racetrack, maybe today versus previous years on Thursday?
I think maybe we get up to the high side a little quicker tonight. Boy, it feels the track feels a little bit drier than I ever remember it being on a Thursday. So going to be very interested to see how Kevin Gundaker and gang, how they treat this racetrack tonight. You can see Cody and the guys out there kind of tickling the high side with a little bit of water. So that maybe leads me to believe trying to entice some of those guys going up high.
Well, and we talk about this track staff and Derek Ball and everybody at Jelly Excavating. I mean, they do a great job with all the staff here, and they've really been working hard. And I would probably say that I kind of expect it to start a little dry on Thursday because DJ Blake, you can always add water to it, but if you start out and that thing goes soft and it's full of moisture and as cold as it is on this concrete, you could be in a really bad situation in a hurry.
Yeah, and you watch the temperatures outside. Temperatures very cold today, I believe in the 20s. It's supposed to warm up as the week goes on, but you guys mentioned it. The interesting thing, obviously, being in a dome, the moisture only has so far to go before it's got to come back up. So it's kind of it's a tricky line to dance on with the water.
Well, it's a tricky line. Right now, we're going to dance on the fine line of thanking our marketing partners. We're going to be right back here to the Dome at America Center, the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. Don't go anywhere.
It rose from humble beginnings in the Valley of the Sun. A sprint car racer saw the need for racing shirts. And now, the vision of Carl Korbacher has resulted in Arizona Sport Shirts helping racers across America spread their message. For the best custom designed shirts, hoodies, caps, koozies, and much more, go to ArizonaSportShirts.com. Be part of history. Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt.
Flying A Motorsports has been providing the motorsports industry with the finest transportation equipment for over 35 years, offering an extensive range of new and pre-owned motor coaches, motorhomes, race trailers, car haulers, and more. Flying A is proud to be a premier dealer for Renegade, Show Hauler, Intech, T&E, Bravo, C-Tech, and more. Visit FlyingAMotorsports.com to view current and on-order inventory.
Give yourself safer, smoother towing with Shocker Hitch. Choose from our best-selling air bumper hitches with over 10 ball mount attachments and up to 12.5 inches of drop. Or our air tongue mounts that give instant air ride towing to any trailer. For hotshot drivers, check out our Gooseneck Surge air ride towing hitch and shift lock coupler. For campers, our quick air fifth wheel camper hitches, making every camping trip smooth and safe. Got a bumper pull camper? Check out our air equalizer for weight distribution. Check this out and more at shockerhitch.com for safer, smoother towing.
Shiny, clean, less sludge? Those chairs are for you, Rosa, because Rocket's still running like a dream thanks to you and the sludge-protecting power of Castrol GTX Ultra Clean. Castrol GTX Ultra Clean in, garage swagger on.
You do a lot of hauling, and I mean a lot. That means you're prepared with a hitch for every job. So let's make this easy. Introducing the all-new Hitch Harness. Built for any vehicle, in any situation. A safe and secure way to store your vehicle receiver hitches. So say goodbye to rattling and damaged truck beds. Welcome to the new wave of hitch storage. Because it's not always about what you're hauling, but how you do it.
Rolling through the sunrise, coffee in their cup. From the bustling city lights to the quiet county roads. The backbone of this nation, carrying heavy loads. Here's to the heroes on the highway, turning wheels to pave our way. Day and night they're out there moving, America's lifeline always proving.
Welcome back to the Dome at America Center and the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. And just like that, Twisted Tech qualifying underway for the Velocita Super Late Models. First three qualifiers will be Columbus, Indiana, Zach Blackwood, Manford, Oklahoma, Steve Hewitt Jr. in the H1, and the 27 of the veteran, Rodney Melvin, out of Benton, Illinois.
We're going to see which driver establishes the early time to beat here. Again, the field split into Group A and Group B qualifying. They'll get 2 qualifying laps. We'll take the best of those 2 qualifying laps as Steve Hewitt loses the tail end of the race car over in turns 1 and 2. I hope it's not going to be one of those kind of nights. Get it out of the way early.
Yeah,
get that spin out of the way
here's
early.
the deal. If you're going to spin, just don't touch that precious catch fence.
Yes, please. Please do not.
That's right.
Jonathan Woods, I'm looking at you because, well, he'd be the first day he ripped it down a time.
He caught it out at 2 one time, and he took it all the way to 3.
Yeah. And then gave a great interview as well. So I'm sure he's back there in the pits
watching. He bought me a drink last night. Super good guy. He's got a brand new rocket. He could not be more thrilled. Jonathan Wood.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, good dude. He bought you a drink last night, huh?
He did. Huh. Got to hang out with him and his wife. Fantastic folks.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
All right, we're going to try this again. Green flag back out on the speedway, but with 2 cars as Manford, who, again, had to miss part of a season due to an injury in the infield.
Hewitt from Manford.
That's right.
close.
All
That's
the
all right.
words were there in the wrong places.
That's the story of my life right there. Rodney Melvin with a 1:2.918. Zach Blackwood 13.096. Second lap time for Blackwood, not as good. Second lap time for Rodney Melvin, not as good. And that'll do it for your lead trio. Rodney Melvin, the early time to beat here in Twisted Tech qualifying for the Velocity Super Late Models, 1:2.918.
Up next will be Chris Simpson out of Oxford, Iowa in the 32. The 5S of Super Chef Steve Shepard Jr. out of New Berlin, Illinois. And Winchester, Virginia's Mike Franklin in car 74. Chris Simpson, great looking race car. He'll be out there in the PBR St. Louis, Light Bright Distributing, C&J Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, Hoker Trucking, Surrey Excavating, Mullins Powered, MB Custom Entry. 3 wins on the year. Finished second in the MLRA point standings this season. Joining Mama Speedway in the Team Realtree, Valvoline, Shepherd Auto Sales and Salvage, Venard Farms, BShepGear.com, Fox Shocks, Pro Power Racing Engine, Rocket Chassis. It's Steve Shepard. And of a 74 making his debut here, coming to us out of Virginia, it's Mike Franklin. The Race City Performance 525 powered Rocket Chassis, sponsored by Gunner's Honey, CNR Repair, and ARC. All sponsors for the one-time feature winner this year, Mike Franklin.
Good job. You got them all in, man. Here we go. First lap times coming up on the board. Chris Simpson second quick on lap 1. Stevie Shepard checks in second fastest. Mike Franklin fifth quick his first time around. We'll give you where they are and their best lap times on lap number 2. Chris Simpson going to check in third quick overall, 1:30.77 his best lap. Stevie Shepard second quick, Super Shep 1:30.52. Mike Franklin fifth fastest with a 1:33.30 after 6 cars. Rodney Melvin the time to beat, 1:2.918.
Up next out of Bagley, Minnesota, it's Nathan Higginbotham in the 57H, the 121 of John Mitchell out of Texarkana, Texas, and Mike Spatola in the 89 out of Manhattan, Illinois. Nathan Higginbotham, the Judas Racing Engine MB Custom Entry, ran about 10 races this year in the Wissota Late Model. The Higginbotham Trucking and Directional Drilling car 57H, joined by the Keith Lawson Motorsports Kaiser Manufacturing number 121 for John Mitchell. John Mitchell in car 121, and he's out there in the J. Dickens powered Rocket Chassis. 1 win on the year, the 2012 Comp Cam Super Dirt Series champion, joined by Mike Spatola in car number 89. Coming to us out of Manhattan, Illinois, the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket XR1, Big Daddy Scrap, Illinois State Rifle Association, Lake Norman Mechanical, B&D Chemical, and Country Chevrolet, all sponsors for Mike Spatola with 4 feature wins this year.
So again, they're gunning for Rodney Melvin's lap time of a 1:2.918, and the Reaper does it by half a second. 12.472 for Ryan Gustin. Catman John Mitchell second quick, 12.731. And Nathan Higginbotham 8th quick. Lap number 2 for Gustin, even better, 12.411 for the Marshalltown, Iowa driver. Nathan Higginbotham second lap not as good, and John Mitchell with a good second lap, Ben, 1:2.506. So a shakeup in your top 3 after 9 cars. It's Rodney Melvin now third quick, John Mitchell second fastest, and the Reaper Ryan Gustin has the Infinity atop the leaderboard after 9 cars with a 1:2.411.
Gustin in the J. Dickens Infinity by Wells, Allen Seamless Gutters, Todd Cooney Racing, Wells Motorsports Entry, 14 wins on the year, now atop the leaderboard in Twisted Tech qualifying. Up next, now we'll see Mike Spatola out there in the 89 out of Manhattan, Illinois, Kyle Hammer out of Clinton, Illinois in the 45, and Chad Wallace out of LaGrange, Georgia in the 34. We talked about Spatola and his sponsors and all of his accolades previously. We'll jump right to the 45 of Kyle Hammer. 3 wins on the year for the 2024 Mars Modified Rookie of the Year, the Troy Page Excavating, Precision Recovery, Shepherd Auto Salvage, Dirt Drinks Trucking, Cooley Dump Service, Durham Powered Longhorn for Kyle Hammer, and the 34 of Chad Wallace, Clements Powered Longhorn, Extreme Auto and Truck Repair, CSR Aluminum Fabrication, Sonoy Raceway, and Portable Storage Solutions, all sponsors.
First lap time's about to go up. Mike Spatola goes second quick. Good lap for the Manhattan, Illinois driver Kyle Hammer, 4th fastest on lap number 1, and Chad Wallace goes 6th quick. See if anybody's got anything for Ryan Gustin on lap number 2. Mike Spatola does not, but he improves, 12.455. His best lap. Kyle Hammer 4th quick, best lap at 12.907. And now Chad Wallace goes 4th quick. Good lap. Yeah, for the LaGrange, Georgia driver, 1:2.874. After 12 cars, it is now Ryan Gustin, Mike Spatola, John Mitchell, your top 3.
Up next, it'll be Trevor Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri in the 11T, Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia in the 76, and Chad Zobrist in the 78 out of Highland, Illinois. Trevor Gundaker, the Pro Power Racing Engine Longhorn, Motorsporn, Woody Bogler Trucking, JT Auto Sales, Ted Brown Paint and Body, Performance Bodies, Millard Family Chapels, all sponsors for Gundaker's number 11T. Meanwhile, in the Riggs Motorsports, Riggs Fiber Nap Auto Parts, Dude Wipes, Heartbeat, Hot Sauce Century, it's Brandon Overton, 10 wins on the year for the 2024 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion, and joined on the Speedway by Chad Zobrist. He's always a contender here at the Dome. Only 6 starts this year, though, in the Dargy-powered Rocket, Renderer Farms, Suver Plumbing, Rheinecker Farms, play that again, RKR Appraisals, a lot of farms on that race car, Timco Heating and Cooling, and Cool Creek Resorts, all sponsors for Chad Zobrist, 3-time Highland Speedway track champion. Who's got more sponsors, farms on Zobrist's car or trucking companies for Chris Simpson?
Yes, well, wait till we add Essex and Jarrett Logistics to Chris Simpson's car here in 2025 as well. Hey, 3 tough customers on the track for Twisted Tech qualifying. With this next trio, they're gunning for Ryan Gustin's lap at 12.411. Brandon Overton going to go 4th quick. Nope, Chad Zobrist 4th. Brandon Overton 5th. Trevor Gundaker 6th on lap number 1. Lap 2 for T-Rev is not as good. He'll stay 6th fastest. Brandon Overton to the top of the leaderboard. 12.399 for the Evans, Georgia driver in his first ever appearance here at the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. Chad Zobrist now 4th quick with a 12.468, but after 15 cars. There's your new fast qualifier. It is Brandon Overton with a 12.399.
Up next out of Lexington, South Carolina, the 11 of Lance Bracington, Austin Tice out of Brenham, Texas in the 7D, and the 32F of Derek Fetter out of Troy, Missouri. Lance Bracington and the B&B Performance Engine Kryptonite race car, sponsored by Mr. B's Heating and Air, Savannah Riverland Management, Racing for Heroes. Joining him on the Speedway with 7D of Austin Tice, and he's out of Brenham, Texas, the Say Plumbing, the Ashton Agency, the Vintage Oasis, Sanowell, Precision Race Consulting, Vic Hill Powered Rocket Chassis. 4 wins on the year for that driver, Austin Tice, in car 7D, and the 32F of Derek Fetter, another veteran of the Dome in the Rocket by Cordy, Creason Racing Engine, F&S Collision, Big Sticky's Barbecue. I believe they catered the move-in yesterday with the food truck. Big Sticky's did. Scrap Mart and the Rotten Mills State Farm, all sponsors for Derek Fetter in car 32. They're all trying to get to Brandon Overton, 12.399. He said, I ain't never been to this Dome, but there ain't no big deal. I'm fastest car right now, DJ.
Were there any other 4-letter words thrown in there?
I took those out because there's children watching. So somebody else is going to put them in there later, though. Hang on, Bracington with trouble, DJ, as we were coming to the green.
Yeah, he almost lost the tail end of that race car, and he woed her to a stop down there. He woed her to a stop. That is a Mid-Ohio Valley turn right there, my friend. And he's able to get it back up. Now we'll go green flag. I was going to say racing. We'll go green flag and Twisted Tech qualifying. Austin Tice, a good look at him, and he is already trying to rip some of the banners off of this racetrack. Oh, baby. He almost did it right there. Yeah, he's gunning for Brandon Overton's quick lap. Instead, he'll be 13th on lap number 1. Now Derek Fetter goes 13th. His first time around. Lance Bracington will be 14th fastest on lap number 1. Lap 2 coming up for this trio. And the Brenham, Texas driver, Austin Tice, checks in 15th quick, 1.3313 is his best lap. Derek Fetter 13th, 1.3214. Lance Bracington's going to be 14th with a 1.3297. Ben, we've had 18 drivers attempt a lap in, yep, there it is. We've had 18 drivers attempting a lap in Group A. Brandon Overton won 2.399, and we've got sheet metal on both ends of the racetrack from the 7.
Yeah, he left spoiler braces on both turns 1 and 2, and he said, hey, 3 and 4, you're my friend too, so he left some up there.
Didn't want to feel left out.
Blake will start his annual building of the race car. Coming up next will be Greenwood, Indiana's 14 of Quentin White, Matt Minzy in the 41 out of Clever, Missouri, and Shannon Babb in the 18 out of Mowequa, Illinois, the Mowequa Missile. Quentin White, the Superheat Solutions, Elite Outdoors, Indy's Best Towing, Elite Outdoor Services, Van Hawk Roofing and Restoration, and Coomer Roofing Company, all sponsors on Quentin White, as we're doing a little banner fixing down there. And we're going to go to replay to see exactly how Austin Tice became the first one to have felony assault of a banner here at the Dome. You can tell he's already flirted with it because he's ripped part of that right side spoiler off and then could
no more flirting. He took her out to dinner.
He went straight up sportsman at that point. There was just a spoiler just hanging in the wind. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna kiss it down in turns 3 and 4 as well."
Cool wrap on the side of that race car this weekend as well.
Yeah, good to have him here with us. Another guy that's been to the Dome a lot of years. Matt Menzie will also be in the set. The Yeoman-powered Capital race car, P&W Motorsports, Powell Mechanical, Bob Menzie Auto Repair, all sponsors from Missouri's Matt Menzie in the 41. And Shannon Babb, a really cool wrap on the side of that number 18. The Petroff Towing, Donnelly Trucking, Dyna Grows Seed, CJI Piping, Keebler Ultra Oil, Getty Landscaping, Douglas Dodge and Ram, all sponsors on the Vic Hill Powered Longhorn for Shannon Babb. Two-time prelim winner. He won her in 16 and 19, but man, he would have loved to take the big check home on Saturday. It all begins here in Twisted Tech qualifying for Shannon Babb and these other two competitors as they're trying to get to the top of the leaderboard, where Brandon Overton holds this good spot with a 12.399. So getting them up to speed, and the banners, they're no longer innocent as Austin Tice tagged them. White flags in there, laps on the board.
All right, Quentin White 17th quick on lap number 1. Matt Menzie will be 18th fastest his first lap. Shannon Babb 7th quick with a 1:2.654 second lap time. Going up for Quentin White, 18th fastest, 1:3.409 for the Greenwood, Indiana driver. Matt Menzie will be 19th quick, a 1:3.412. And Shannon Babb's best lap is good enough for 7th fastest right now. He'll stand on a 1:2.654. No change in the top 3. Still Brandon Overton, Ryan Gustin, Mike Spatola after 21 cars.
Coming up next, it'll be Ted Johnson Jr. out of Rushville, Ohio in the 25J. The 10 of Joseph Joyner, Hunt in the front out of Milton, Florida in car 10. And the 4 of Collinsville, Illinois' Scott Gieshel. Ted Johnson Jr., 8th in this year's Steel Block Late Model Series points. I saw that series has got a new name for next year.
Yeah, how about that?
The R&J Trucking, 803 Construction, Slacker Fabrication. That would be mine if I did fabrication. And Boss Fabrication. A lot of fabrication on that race car for the Mullins-powered Swartz race car for Ted Johnson Jr. Joseph Joyner, and he's got the Kubota tracks on the side of that race car. Good-looking race car for the driver out of Milton, Florida. 2 wins on the year, finished 5th in the Hunt the Front Series standings. And the Kubota, Base Racing Fuels, Dirt Track Bank, Trading Paints, HuntTheFront.tv, number 10 for Joseph Joyner and Scott Gieshel in car 4E. And we're going to slow roll them out as Ted Johnson Jr. may be having some trouble in the 25 at the bottom of turn number 2. Gieshel will be in this set. He's got Doug Tye turning the wrenches on that race car this weekend. 7 races this year for Gieshel. His best finish at 9th at Tri-City back on September 20th. And the 2-car guys, Right Click Digital, Cheapest Tires, Bill Masters powered Bob Pierce race car. McClanahan Towing. I feel like I'm going to butcher that one throughout the weekend, and I might have right there. Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So that's right now. That's your next 3 cars on the speedway. And Ted Johnson Jr., he is, not good. He got a push start, wasn't enough. And he turns to the infield, and Ted Johnson Jr., the Ohio driver, having some issues here in the 25.
Yeah, tough break for him. A second-generation racer. His dad, Ted Johnson, a longtime campaigner
Didn't
from
start
around
the World of Outlaws. Not that Ted
Not
Johnson.
that Ted Johnson, no. Ted originally from just outside Zanesville, Ohio. It's Rushville, Ohio, where Ted Johnson Jr. lives, just south of Zanesville there. But Ted Johnson, longtime campaigner, and he's now, I think Ted Sr.'s still running a little bit of race cars down around the Beckley, West Virginia area, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll turn our attention now to the 2 drivers on the track, and Joseph Joyner doing his best Austin Tice impression down in turns 1 and 2. He may do the same down in 3 and 4, and they just haven't quite learned yet. Those banners don't stay up there very long.
Man. 6 fastest.
Great lap for him. Scott Gieshel will be 22nd quick his first time around, and Joseph Joyner throwing caution to the wind as he's rim riding around the 1/5 mile oval. Second lap time a little better, 1:2.512. That's good enough for 6th quick. Scott Gieshel will check in 22nd quick, 1:3.709 is his best lap time. Ben, we've now had 24 drivers attempt a qualifying lap, and Brandon Overton still has the time to beat with a 1:2.399.
Well, Joseph Joyner, I tell you what, man, these guys, you talk about just precise, how they get that close without getting into the wall. And yeah, he caught the banner there, but he was right up on the fence, was Joyner, in 6th fastest. A good lap late in Group A.
Yeah, want to give some love to the guys from Hunt the Front. They're going to be starting their season at Neatmore.
That's right.
Next year,
You're
Ben.
going to be there.
And, I will be there. My first ever visit to Neatmore. I talked to Joshua Joyner down in the pits. You see 2-time Gateway winner Tyler Tyler Carpenter there waiting. But that's going to be part of the Georgia-Florida Speed Weeks, the shake-up in Speed Weeks next year down there at Neatmore, Tennessee. That's going to be on a Monday.
Georgia.
Or
It's in
Georgia,
Georgia.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, close enough. And that's going to be at Florida, Georgia, whatever. That's going to be on the 27th and 28th, by the way. That is a Monday and Tuesday, January 27th.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I understand that you're likely going to be on the microphone that night. At
No, you can't. Nope, you can't roll right into the next guys like that. That's not going to be a thing. Roby Helm, the voice of Hunt the Front, will be on the call.
You'll be with Roby. The 81R of Jason Riggs out of College Grove, Tennessee, and he'll be joined by Bree Whitmore, 17-year-old. She comes to us out of McMinnville, Tennessee, and Will Harris out of Maysville, Georgia in the 21. Jason Riggs out of College Grove, the Riggs Fiber, VG Performance, Andy's Towing, VP Racing Fuels, Allgaier Performance Parts, number 81, joined by Bree Whitmore. 3 wins on the year for Bree Whitmore. The Whitmore Racing Engine, Swartz Race Car, Riverside Custom, Wholesale Mums. I have never announced a mum company on a race car, but now I can't say that. An Epic Logistics, a sponsor, and the 21 car, as Whitmore announcers think she's going to go around. Also in this set, we will have the number 21 of Will Harris out of Maysville, Georgia. The Randy Clary Racing Engine Train Chassis, Oh So Good Water. Gus Simpson Trucking, Kenny Harris Grading, Lewis Auto Sales, CTC Innovations, and Rod Roberts Trucking, all on Will Harris's number 21. As Bree Whitmore, she takes it on a 4-wheel free slide over in turn number 2.
We've got to get with the guys from Oh So Good Water again. They have typically provided us with some hydration up here. They've not yet done that this year.
I think they actually said get your own freaking water.
No. I said no. I want water that's oh so good. Exactly.
Well, they're trying to get Bree backed up over there. It's like the car was possibly stuck in gear.
Looks like it, yeah.
Backwards, yeah. So they're trying to rock it around. She had a big win, man. A big year. 3 wins on the year for that driver. 17 years old out of McMinnville, Tennessee. 2 of those wins came at Clarksville Speedway. I just saw my buddy William Scoggins. You know, it's funny when you go to a Western Promoters meeting in Clarksville Speedways, William Scoggins is there. But that's what I saw in Portland a couple weeks ago. And he won the 50-50. She also won at Mountain View. Blake, down to you.
50-50 winner at Warpa.
And he also got a Promoter of the Year award at a Western Promoters meeting, and he's from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Blake, you didn't get that?
No, we got Event of the Year.
Yeah, well. John Hager and Blake Anderson, they did get Event of the Year at Skagit, and congrats on that, Blake. I was very happy for you.
John's probably watching. Blake didn't really have much to do with it.
He's an RPM Reno. So.
John Hager and Ben's boss, Josh Holt, called me at 4 a.m. 4 a.m.
It's your fault for answering.
Yeah, who's the dummy?
That's why my phone is on silent every night.
All right, we're back underway, DJ. As Bree Whitmore, they got pushed back away from the wall, and we'll see if anybody can get to Brandon Overton with a 12.399.
Indeed, we will. First lap time is about to pop up on the left side of your screen. Jason Riggs, 19th quick on lap number 1. Will Harris, 23rd fastest, and Bree Whitmore, 25th quick. As it looks like, Will Harris grabs a little bit of wall down in turns 1 and 2. Second lap time for Jason Riggs, much better, 15th quick, 13.110. Not as quick for Harris, who scrubbed off speed after getting the wall. Bree Whitmore also does not improve on lap number 2. So Riggs will be the fastest driver of that trio, checking in 15th quick. Brandon Overton still the time to beat, 1:2.399 in Twisted Tech qualifying. And after 27 cars, Ben, we've got, I believe, 6 drivers left to go here in Group A.
Yes, sir. Up next will be Parkersburg, West Virginia's Robbie Scott in the 18. He'll be joined by the 122 of Monticello, Illinois' Timmy Dick. Daniel Shelton out of Richmond, Kentucky in the 1S. Robbie Scott, the Music City Sheet Metal, Salon 31, Anarchy Customs, 2B Enterprises, G&G Salvage, Pro Power Racing Engine, Kryptonite Race Car. As you said, he had a tough ride here last year. The 122 of Timmy Dick, the Miles Brothers Bacon Tasting Company.
Our favorite sponsor.
By a mile. Lovers Farms, BJ Trucking and Excavation, Illini Overhead Doors, all sponsors on the Rhine-powered Rocket XR1. And joining him on the Speedway, Daniel Shelton in the 1S out of Richmond, Kentucky. The crate-powered Swartz Race Car, sponsored by Oliver Drywall and Biggins Auto. Get your cars at Biggins.
That's right. 23rd quick for Robbie Scott on lap number 1. Timmy Dick is 27th fastest, and Ben's uncle Daniel Shelton, 29th quick.
We own the fireworks stands together.
Yeah, you do.
Fireworks.
Second lap time for Robbie Scott, not as good. It'll be 23rd with a 1:3.481. Timmy Dick, 27th quick, as his best lap time is a 1:3.787, and Daniel Shelton is 24th, 1:3.645. So just 3 drivers left to qualify in Twisted Tech Time Trials Group A. A, Brandon Overton, Ryan Gustin, and Mike Spatola still the top 3.
Up next will be Lancaster, South Carolina. Lancaster. That's what
Lancaster.
You don't say Lancaster. South Carolina's Rachel Carpenter in the 11C, and Will Harrington out of Hawkinsville, Georgia in the 14X. And Summertown, Tennessee's Donald Johns in the C66. As we welcome, it was Rachel Carpenter, now it's Rachel Snyder. Come on, man. The Liskey's Auto and Truck Service, Rhine-powered rocket. She was the first female to win a super late model race in Michigan a few years back. Joined on the Speedway by Will Harrington in the 14X. 1 win on the year for that driver, and a custom-powered rocket chassis this weekend. 5M Construction, New Point Lighting and Design, Last Air and Electrical, Harvey Trucking, Joey Reynolds Trucking, Pole Service Centers, all sponsors for Will Harrington and Donald Johns. The C66, the Zippy Autos, Franklin Enterprises, Summertown Metals, Johns Timber, Joliffe Enterprises, J. Dickens powered rocket XR1 for Donald Johns.
Let's not forget Will Harrington a few years ago had the lead and broke with 7 laps remaining.
Heartbreaking.
In the race, indeed it was. First lap times going up on the board. Harrington the quickest of the trio on lap number 1. Lap number 2, we'll see where they stand. Rachel Snyder is going to be 31st quick. Harrington goes 20th quick, 1.3342, and Donald Johns will be 25th with a 1.3.522, and that unofficially is going to be a wrap on the first half of qualifying in Twisted Tech Time Trials. Group A, it's going to be Brandon Overton setting the fastest lap with a 1.2.399. There's a look at the Napa Auto Parts Longhorn factory car for Brandon Overton. Ryan Gustin went second quick with a 12.411, and Mike Spatola third quick with a 1.2.455 unofficially. Those 3 drivers will be on the pole of their respective heat races, and as long as they pass Tech, starting alongside will be Chad Zobrist 4th quick, John Mitchell 5th quick, and Joseph Joyner was 6th fastest. Trevor Gundaker 7th, Shannon Babb 8th. Oh, you're no so bright. Chad Wallace, a good qualifying lap. He checks in 9th, and Kyle Hammer is going to round out the top 10.
Chad Wallace had a line of lines in the pit area. Very bright race car, that number 34. And I said, man, if somebody hits you, they can't claim they didn't see you. He goes, I ain't even messing around. That's what I've told everybody. I want it as bright as it could be. You see Rudolph's nose just blinking red down there on Bobby Pierce's car.
Is that on Pierce's car? Yeah. How about that?
That's very cool, man.
That's awesome.
I tell you what, we're bringing Group B in for Twisted Tech qualifying. We're going to step aside. Thanks to marketing partners. We'll be right back to the Dome in America Center. Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by Raleigh Auto Parts.
Need parts fast? We got fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's time to rev up the waves to the fast tracks and sun-kissed backs where speed meets serenity at the shores. It's the 3rd annual Clash on the Coast presented by IMCA TV, February 23rd through March 1st at the Northwest Florida and Deep South Speedways. It's 4 nights of racing and 1 great day on the beach. See some of the best IMCA modified and stock car racers try to hang 10 and take home a surfboard. Registration is now open and all information is available at theclashonthecoast.com.
And we're back at the Dome, and we're back underway. Twisted Tech qualifying Group B. David Siebers on the Speedway. The Mining Construction, Frisky Motorsports, SMS Plumbing, Pro Built Longhorn number 18. Joined on the racetrack by Patrick Daniel in the 75. 8 wins this year, all in big block modifieds. 9 wins, scratch that. The Superior Glass and Mirror First Class Auto Glass. Velocitas C2 Services 75D. And Tristan Chamberlain, the 17-year-old, coming to us out of Richmond, Indiana. The Gibson Racing, Keg Sewer Nozzles, Pardo's Towing Service, and Vision Woodworks. All sponsors on the Infinity by Wells.
Tristan Chamberlain the quickest after lap number 1 of the trio. Lap number 2 going up for him right now, and it'll stay the same. Tristan Chamberlain, the early time to beat in Group B, 1:3.180. David Sieber second quick with a 1:3.379, and Patrick Daniel may have a hole to dig out of. Tough break for one of the Dome darlings. Right now he's third quick after 3 with a 1:3.496.
Up next will be Doug Cooper out of Indianapolis, Indiana in the 69. The 19J of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin's Justin Green, and the 16 of Festus, Missouri's Rusty Griffall. Doug Cooper, the lead outdoor services, Presidential Fence, Superheat Solutions, Quentin White Motorsports, All-American Handyman, Rayburn Race Car number 69, joined by the 19J, coming just out of Wisconsin, of Justin Green, the Barry Malls High Performance Engine Vision Race Car. Sponsored by Oosberg Concrete Products, Fine Line Fabrications, Galloping Ghost Motorsports and Transportation, and Vetting Custom Rigs and Rides, all sponsors for Justin Green, 2023 Dirt Kings Tour Rising Star Award recipient. And Rusty Griffall in the 16G, 3 wins on the year for former UMP South Region champion multiple times, former Belle Claire Speedway track champion, and he's picked up a lot of accolades in his career. And the Bob Black Cattle Farms, JS All Bouchon Concrete, Home Service Oil, Iron County Recycling, Turner Services 16. Hey, a note about that, he's got the Donald Trump wrap on there. All the panels are going to be auctioned off after this weekend, and that is going to go home. All that money is going to go to a kids' food charity over the holidays to help generate income to buy food for needy families, make sure those kids don't go hungry during the holidays. So this weekend, if you're interested in a panel off that 16 car, go by and see Rusty Griffall. You can take it home with you. You pay him here this weekend, and it goes to a fantastic cause.
Absolutely. Very, very cool. Speaking of good causes as well, I want to give a shout out to our good friends at Hellraiser Jacks. They've got a booth set up back in the pit area as well. They're also set up, it's around row B or so, just around from the Arizona t-shirt trailer. They're selling tickets on a one-of-a-kind custom-made Scott Bloomquist jack. That's from Hellraiser Jacks, and every single dollar that is donated to that goes to Ariel and to our college fund. So again, that's our good friends at Hellraiser Jacks. They got some other raffles and benefits going on this weekend as well. It's a one-of-a-kind custom-made Scott Bloomquist jack. Stop down there and see Steve and the guys with Hellraiser Jacks. And again, that is something that they have, they're raffling off, and every single dollar that they make on the ticket sales for that goes to Ariel Bloomquist and her college fund, and that's something that's really cool as well. So you just saw in the MD3 Speed Shot, Patrick Daniel had to get pushed back to the pit area. It looked like that car maybe had some handling issues on it, so not sure exactly what was up there, but he did have to have a little bit of assistance making his way back to the pit area as we get ready for this next trio of cars to make their way on the track.
Yeah, and he hasn't done just a ton of super late model racing this year, has Patrick Daniel, but the big block modifieds down there on the coast, he won all but one race with them this year. 9 out of 10, not too shabby.
And he had the lead in that one when they had actually a red flag with about 5 or 6 laps to go, and he got past there with about 5 or 6 laps left. Talking to Patrick actually at the coffee shop a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's got a hold, but he's not got a holes here before, DJs. We're back underway with qualifying.
Absolutely. Again, Tristan Chamberlain, the early time to beat here in Group B with a 1:3.180. As the first lap's going up now for Justin Green, Rusty Griffall, and Doug Cooper. Green going to be second quick on lap number 1 with a 1:3.256. Second lap for Doug Cooper is a little bit better, but he stays 6th fastest. Justin Green not as good. He'll be second for the time being. Rusty Griffall not as good on lap 2. He's third quick. 1:3.313 for Griffall, 1:3.256 for Green, and a 14.085 for Doug Cooper. Tristan Chamberlain still the early time to beat after 6 cars in Group B.
You knew he'd be a masher here. Coming up next, coming to us out of Wallsburg, Ontario, Tate O'Leary in the 28K, Greenwood, Indiana's Casey White in the 41, and Ashton Winger out of Hampton, Georgia in the 12W. Tate O'Leary, the Ontario driver, the Mario Racing Engine Rocket, sponsored by Saw Solutions, joined on the Speedway by Casey White in the 41, the Superheat Solutions, Elite Outdoors, Van Hawk Roofing and Restoration, Indy's Best Towing, Coomer Roofing, the Clemens Powered Rocket Chassis for Casey White, and Ashton Winger. He's got the XR1 here, no Fusion at the Dome this weekend. That'll be the number 12 car out of Sonoy, Georgia. The Jeff Matthews Racing, Johnny Doan Plumbing, Recreational Vehicle Select, Kaiser Manufacturing, Credit Union Remarketing Solutions, Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercings, the Durham Powered Rocket Chassis, 9-time winner this year, Ashton Winger.
And Ashton Winger said online that if he wins tonight, you and I could shave his head.
And all I heard is we could shave his head.
Yes,
so.
yes, that's right. You're exactly right. So, all right. Well, again, 1-3-1-8-0 for Tristan Chamberlain's what they're gunning for. Winger gets close, as you see on the left side of your screen there on lap number 1. Casey White going to check in 5th quick. Tate O'Leary is 8th. Lap number 2 for Ashton Winger, and he does it. 1-3-0-9-5 puts him to the top of the leaderboard.
Get the Clippers ready.
Get the Clippers ready, absolutely. Did we get a second lap time on those other 2 drivers? I saw the caution come out. We must have. Tate O'Leary's best lap is going to be 8th quick, 1-3-6-9-7. And the other driver on the track, the 41 of Casey White, his best lap time good enough for 5th quick, a 1-3.347 after 9 cars. Ashton Winger now the time to beat.
Up next out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, it's Oakley Johns in the C6, Daniel Garrett in the 81 out of Freeland, Maryland, and Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia in the 49. Oakley Johns, 3-time winner this year in the Jeff Greer Racing, Zippy Autos, Franklin Enterprises, Summertown Metals, J. Dickens powered Rocket Chassis. Second time here to the Dome for Oakley Johns. First time here for Daniel Garrett in the 81 out of Freeland, Maryland. The CMI Dream Enterprises, Rick Roth Motorsports, Jones Auction, Kyle Weir Racing, Bobby Weaver powered Rocket Chassis, and Jonathan Davenport in car 49. He comes to us out of Blairsville, Georgia. The Nutrient Ag Solutions, Bill Stein, Dyna Grows Seed, Lucas Oil Products, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive Group, Longhorn Chassis, 14 wins on the year. And I'll admit it, I didn't get through the pits to see which engine he had in today. So he's got either a Clements or a Cornet, I can tell you that.
I'm guessing Cornet. We'll see how wrong I am. Jonathan Davenport, 4th quick on lap number 1. Oakley Johns will be 7th fastest, and Daniel Garrett will be 11th quick. Lap number 2 for Jonathan Davenport, still 4th quick, 1-3-2-7-3, the best lap time for Jonathan Davenport. Once again, Oakley Johns is going to be 7th fastest, a 1-3-3-6-3. And the other driver on the track, Daniel Garrett, in that trio is 11th quick, 1-3-7-4-9. Ben, 12 drivers have now attempted a lap in Twisted Tech time trials. In Group B, Ashton Winger has the time to beat at 1-3-0-9-5.
Up next out of Greenville, South Carolina, Devin Morgan in the 12, Mike Petersilly out of Hoisington, Kansas in the 25, and Jason Fager in the 25 out of Bloomington, Illinois. Devin Morgan, 9 wins across 4 divisions this year out of Easley, South Carolina. The Randy Clary Racing Engine Train Chassis, Kenny Harris Racing, Gus Simpson LLC, Rod Roberts Trucking, Winder Barrow Speedway, and Lewis Auto Sales, all sponsors for the 2018 Greenville Pickens Speedway Track Champion. That's asphalt, by the way. Car number 12 for Devin Morgan. Car 25, that will be Mike Petersilly, and he'll be coming to us out of Kansas, out of Hoisington to be exact, and he joins us on the speedway. The driver of the LHK Stone and Sand Sales Pit Stop Great Bend Ready Mix SNS Trucking entry for the veteran Mike Petersilly. 2 wins this year. They came in the stock car there at Salt City Racing. And Jason Fager, another big year for that driver, now 2-time Mars champion out of Bloomington, Illinois. 17 wins on the year. The Titan Industries, Rimtech Enterprises, Corrosion X, Weir's Machine. And 1 driver didn't make it, so that means Jimmy Owens does make it. Owens out on the speedway out of Newport, Tennessee. The Kohler Motorsports, Reese Monument Company, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Tim Short Automotive Group, Boom Test Well Service, Vic Hill Powered Rocket for the 4-time Lucas champion, Jimmy Owens.
Oh, man, you just saw Fager grab a handful of concrete down there. He scrubs off a lot of speed in the 25. Petersilly's going to be 13th quick on lap 1. Jimmy Owens is going to be 7th fastest, and Fager
3rd.
Yeah, he really improved on lap 2, 1-3-2-28. Owens better on lap 2, 6th quick with a 1-3-3-0-5, and the best lap for Mike Petersilly is going to be 14th quick, 1-3-7-6-3. And we are going to need a fence repair because Fager has ripped part of it off. And that is over in, that's the restart zone. That's in the Octane Race Products restart zone over in turn number 3.
That's going to be the refence zone now.
Yes, it is.
They've got, it looks like he just got the bottom half of that. You saw it happen, DJ. I did not. I was looking at the other end of the racetrack, but caught it pretty good. And I tell you what, next lap, we'll go to the FloRacing Instant Replays. You see Fager into 3 and 4.
Since you didn't see it, here it is.
And now, oh man, just snagged it enough.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it kind of gave him a favor because on that second lap, it slowed him down, so he headed to the bottom and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and he goes 3rd fastest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As They're going to take just a couple minutes to fix the fence down in turn number 4. And by now, as you may know, they've got this kind of down to a science. So this shouldn't be more than about a 10-minute break or so. With that in mind, we're going to step aside and thank the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's live on FloRacing, and we'll be back right after this.
Close Racing Supply in Eldred, Pennsylvania has been in business since 1996, serving the motorsports industry with quality parts for dirt late models, modifieds, and stock clip race cars. In stock are parts from top manufacturers like All-Star Performance, Weir's Machine, Sweet Manufacturing, Winners Performance, Willwood Brakes, and many others. CRS is also home of CRS Race Components, providing top quality suspension parts. Orders are shipped out daily using UPS, FedEx, and truck freight. Find out more at closeracingsupply.com.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means turning some rust into rolling artwork. Built with Summit means you're making something that was already fast even faster. It means that your project will be on the road or track long after you've bolted it together. And Built with Summit means you're doing it with in-stock parts, fast shipping, expert advice, and the best prices. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. Summit.
It rose from humble beginnings in the Valley of the Sun. A sprint car racer saw the need for racing shirts. And now, the vision of Carl Korbacher has resulted in Arizona Sport Shirts helping racers across America spread their message. For the best custom designed shirts, hoodies, caps, koozies, and much more, go to ArizonaSportShirts.com. Be part of history. Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt.
Dave Poske's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978, and they are the home to Hoosier Tire, Ohio Valley, and Octane Race Products. Stop in and shop all of the nation's top brands, including Winners Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bill Stein Shocks, Hyperco Springs, Maxima Race Oils, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others. You can also visit Dave Poske's Performance Parts online at Posky.com as we ship UPS and truck freight daily. Dave Poske's Performance Parts, serving the Ohio River Valley and racers all across the country since 1978.
Allgaier Performance has been serving both the weekly and national racer for more than 50 years. Headquartered in Springfield, Illinois, Allgaier Performance is the ultimate one-stop shop for parts, shocks, fabrication, and more.
Allgaier Performance Parts, they're a very important role in the success that we have at VSR.
Allgaier Performance has what you need to get on track and into victory lane.
The stock majority of everything that we need here makes us that much more prepared when we get to the racetrack.
Visit our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or stop by allgaierperformance.com and order online today.
Give yourself safer, smoother towing with Shocker Hitch. Choose from our best-selling air bumper hitches with over 10 ball mount attachments and up to 12.5 inches of drop, or our air tongue mounts that give instant air ride towing to any trailer. For hotshot drivers, check out our Gooseneck Surge air ride towing hitch and shift lock coupler. For campers, our quick air fifth wheel camper hitches, making every camping trip smooth and safe. Got a bumper pull camper? Check out our air equalizer for weight distribution. Check this out and more at shockerhitch.com for safer, smoother towing.
Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, Paducah, Kentucky. If you're in the market for a like-new pre-owned motorhome or trailer, give us a call today or check us out at chasecoach.com. Lots of inventory in stock, normally something to fit every budget. Financing available, we deliver nationwide, and we accept trade-ins too. I would love to earn your business.
Welcome back to the Dome at America Center in the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals. As DJ, they've completed fence repairs, and I tell you what, now you have a nice little PSA, don't you?
Well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Flow College, by the way. Yes, the ultimate college fan experience, and man, it's here right now. Go to flowcollege.com, and I know you're like me, you're a college sports guy. You can watch more than 12,000 college sporting events from 12 different conferences, all in one place. flowcollege.com.
There you go, flowcollege.com, crankedengine.com, inthedome.com, as we get set to resume dirt draft. No, Twisted Tech qualifying. It's Twisted Tech qualifying. Now, Devin Morgan did not come out, so.
But Benji Hicks is.
Benji Hicks
I love blue and orange race cars. You know that. I
Great
love the
looking race car. Great family, too. Benji Hicks out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The Clements Power Double Nickel T&K Enterprises, Coleman Farms Racing, Barrett's Performance Warehouse, VP Racing, and BHR Fabrication, all sponsors on that 55 car. Brandon Shepard, your defending champion in the B5 out of New Berlin, Illinois. The Valve Lane, Paulson Rock Products, Stussy Construction, Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage, Denny Whitworth, attorney at law. Rocket Chassis for Brandon Shepard and Jaden Frame, always a hard charger here at the Dome out of Deckard, Tennessee. The Scott Riggs Racing, Denby's J&J Construction, Riggs Fiber, Ballard's Excavating. Entry, a 5-time winner this year is Jaden Frame.
And he goes to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:30.56. Sheppy third quick. And Benji Hicks's best lap, 14th quick, 1:36.36 or 3:63. And Jaden Frame improves a little on lap 2. Sheppy doesn't have anything for him. So Jaden Frame in the J8. Now the time to beat in Group B with a 1:30.12. Ashton Winger falls to second. Brandon Shepard now third, 1:31.77. And Ben, we've got 18 drivers that have attempted a lap in Group B.
Yes, sir. Coming up next, Jacob McGee out of Caney, Kansas in the 10M. William Rose out of Scott Depot, West Virginia, the 77. And Michael King Jr. out of El Dorado, Arkansas in the 14 Junior. Jacob McGee coming to us from the Revival Dirt Late Model Series, the Triple J Farms, Caney Agri Service, Southern Fuel, Tom's Ditching, Propel Racing Engine, McGee Chassis, one win on the year for Jacob McGee. He finished third in the Revival Dirt Late Model Series points this season. The 77 car of William Rose, the West Virginia driver, the CNC Farms, Lovely Construction, Hoxton Trucking, Burlow Performance Products, Rose Racing Engine, Kryptonite race car for William Rose, and Michael King Jr. in the 14 Junior. 2 wins on the year for the driver of the Advanced Performance Engine, Rocket Chassis, sponsored by M&A Record Service, DJ Superman, Thurman's Heating and Air, and Union County Animal Protection Society, all sponsors for Michael King Jr.
Jacob McGee, 14th, William Rose, 20th. Michael King Jr., good lap, 9th. His first time around. Second lap's about to come up for this trio. Jacob McGee, 15th quick, 1:3.542. William Rose, 20th, 13.897. And Michael King Jr.'s best lap is a 1:3.309, and that is good enough for 9th. We've got about, a dozen drivers left here in Group B, and Jaden Frame still has the time to beat with a 1:3.012.
Up next will be Sheffield, Illinois' Rich Bell in the 21B, John Ownby out of Chesney, South Carolina in the J0, and James O'Hara, 74 years young, out of Covington, Pennsylvania in the 44. Rich Bell, the RLM Enterprises Mobilization Funding LLC, Bell Transmission, Justin L. Langdon Electrical Contractors, Razbones Towing, Pro Power Racing Engine, Rocket XR1, joined by John Ownby, first time here for the South Carolina driver in the J0. Phantom Racing Engine under the hood of the Longhorn Chassis, sponsored by Auto Depot, M&S Motors, Campbell Installation, Howard's Auto Sales and Detailing, 7 Orr Construction, and Orr Brothers Construction. A lot of Orr Brothers on that race car. And joining him going to be James O'Hara in the 44 out of Covington Township, Pennsylvania. The O'Hara Construction, Country Ridge Real Estate, AIT powered CJ Rayburn.
Good for James O'Hara, by the way, for being out there, man. There are not many sports where a 74-year-old and a 14-year-old can go out and compete against each other and all ages in between and have the same chance, and these guys do it. John Ownby will be 11th quick on lap 1, 22nd for Rich Bell, 24th for the veteran James O'Hara. Second lap time for Ownby is still 11th quick, best lap 1:3.315. Rich Bell's second lap time a little better, 20th. 1:3.759, and James O'Hara's second lap, 24th. His best lap is a 14.264. 1-3. So we've had 24 drivers attempt a lap in Twisted Tech Time Trials Group B. Jaden Frame still the time to beat, 1-3-0-1-2.
Up next will be Todd Ray in car 17 out of St. Jacob, Illinois. The 8L of Pontiac, Illinois' Jeffrey Ledford, and the M14 of Deer Creek, Illinois' David Marlowe. 3 drivers from the Land of Lincoln coming up next. And it will first be car number 17 for Todd Ray, the Hancock Roofing, Midwest Farm and Land, Uniform Services, Triple R Racing Engine Domination number 17, joined by the 8L of Jeffrey Ledford out of Chenoa, Illinois, the Dynasty Race Car of the Mullins Power Plant, third in this year's Fairbury Speedway track standings, the Tire Slick, Bowman Reynolds, Actec Advantage, Atkins Seed Service, and Edgers Filling Station, all sponsors for Jeffrey Ledford. David Marlowe in the M14, the Racing for Leo and All Children with Diabetes Cherry Tumbler, DRC Signs and Designs, MB Custom Race Car for David Marlowe in the M14.
Again, they're shooting for Jaden Frame's lap of 1-3-0-1-2. Todd Ray, 13th quick on lap number 1. Jeffrey Ledford, good lap, 6th quick, 1-3-2-5-0, as it's just that duo on the speedway right now. For Twisted Tech qualifying, Todd Ray's second lap is a tick better, but he stays 13th. With a 1-3-3-3-1, and Jeffrey Ledford's second lap is not as good. He'll stay 6th, 1-3.250. Jayden Frame, Ashton Winger, Brandon Shepard still the top 3.
Yeah, Marlowe had issue in Dirt Draft hot laps.
Yeah.
He doesn't make the call, it appears. Up next, it'll be 2-time Gateway Dirt Nationals champion and 24-time winner this year, Tyler Carpenter in car 28. The one of the 2022 event champion, Turbo Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, and Bob Gardner out of Washington, Illinois in the 4G.
What a trio.
Yeah, this one could be some guys into the top 5, maybe top of the leaderboard. Tyler Carpenter making his way out, the graphics creation, Holder Construction, State Line Construction, Integra Shocks, Octane, Posky, Wamco, Mike's Tree Service, all sponsors on that Eisner Racing Engine Kryptonite race car. 2-time Dome finale winner, also a 2-time prelim winner is Tyler Carpenter. Car number 1, Tyler Erb, the 2022 champion here, the Best Performance Motorsports, Sunoco First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, Langenfelter Mechanical Contractors, Pee Wee's Record Service, Roberts Beat Company, all sponsors on the Clements Powered Rocket. For a 19-time winner this year, Tyler Erb. And Bob Gardner, the Pink Panther, and the Longhorn race car, Pro Power Racing Engine, the Dynamic Drive Lines, Kirby Wrist Specialties, Bill Stein Performance Bodies entry. 1 win on the year for Gardner, and he finished fourth in the Mars standings in 2024.
First lap time for Tyler Carpenter, 19th quick. He'll have to improve on lap 2. Turbo, 25th, and Bob Gardner, 19th. Did not expect that out of this group of drivers on the speedway. We'll see what they've got on lap number 2. Tyler Carpenter to the top with a 12.956. Turbo 19th and Bob Gardner 10th. Are you kidding me?
DJ, if you look to the backstretch right on the turn 2 side of Dirt in December, Tyler Carpenter tagged the wall really good on lap 1. That's why he was 19th quick.
There you go. So 12.956 for the 2-time champ Tyler Carpenter, and that is now the time to beat in Twisted Tech Time Trials in Group B. And Ben, we've still got, I believe, 2 drivers left to qualify.
Yes, sir. Final 2 of the night. It'll be Fairmont, West Virginia's Ryan Montgomery in the 4S, and he'll be joined on the speedway by Blake Morris out of Zanesville, Ohio, from up in your neck of the woods, DJ. Ryan Montgomery makes his way out in the 4S, the Supper Racing, Montgomery Homes, Newlands International Sales, Bomax Equipment Sales, K2 Engineering, Jarco Trailer Sales, Clements Powered Capital. 2 wins this season, and joined on the speedway by Blake Morris out of Zanesville, Ohio. The Angry Bull Saloon, that sounds like a party. B-Main Motorsports, Todd Brennan Racing, 511 Concrete, Barrett Tracks, all sponsors on the Ingram Powered Rocket Chassis for Blake Morris.
So again, they're now shooting for Tyler Carpenter, the third to last driver out on the racetrack, sets fast time. Ryan Montgomery, 19th on lap number 1. Blake Morris will be 26th his first time around. Montgomery, who's made this race, I believe, 2 times in the past, second lap, is not any better. He'll stay 19th with a 1.3445. And Blake, the Snake Morris, second lap time is good enough for 26th quick with a 1.3.758, and that is unofficially a wrap on Twisted Tech Time Trials. For the Velocita Super Late Models, and in Group B, it was the 2-time winner, Tyler Carpenter, setting the fastest lap with a 1.2.956. Jayden Frame was second quick with a 1.3012. Ashton Winger, third fastest with a 1.3.095, and as long as those times hold up, Those three drivers will be on the pole of their respective heats in 4, 5, and 6. You see Tyler Carpenter's fast lap right there was him. You heard Blake Anderson mention getting in the wall on lap number 1, and lap 2 was where he set that 12.956. Ben joining them on the front row of their heats. How about this? Tristan Chamberlain. Well, Brandon Shepard first was 4th fastest. Tristan Chamberlain was 5th quick, and Jason Feger was 6th. Then it was Jeffrey Ledford 7th. Great qualifying lap for Justin Green. He was 8th. Jonathan Davenport 9th. And the Pink Panther, Bob Gardner, rounds out the top 10 in Twisted Tech time trials in Group B. So that's it for the Velocita Super Late Models. Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds are going to be making their way inside the dome next. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be a dual hot lap qualifying session for the Summit Racing Equipment mods, and it's coming up on the other side of these commercial breaks. This is the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Who is Performance Bodies?
They're a lot more than race car bodies, stocking over 6,000 different brand name Circle Track parts, and we're strictly Circle Track. From the highest divisions to the weekly racer, we are here for dirt.
Customer service.
When you call, those same racers that are running on the weekends are answering the phones at Performance Bodies. They give first-hand knowledge of every part we sell and free expert advice.
The Performance Bodies difference.
If it's in our catalog, it's in our warehouse, and it ships the same day you order it, guaranteed. So go see for yourself. Visit performancebodies.com or call them today.
For 45 years of experience, Buzzy Racing has mastered the art of drivetrain specialties, spanning from dirt to asphalt tracks. You're not just a customer, but a valued member of our family, embraced by the tradition and passion embedded in every Buzzy build. We cover everything from rebuilding and selling drivetrain components, offering custom Buzzy parts, steering box services, and ensuring top-notch maintenance and support for braking systems. We are committed to excellence in helping racers maintain a competitive edge on the track. Get it Buzzy built.
We are a full mechanical facility. Anything short of body work or paint work, we do on this location. We've got 20 bays. The equipment is second to none. Any kind of mechanical repair, from the simple oil change, alignments, tires, simple brake squeal, preventative maintenance, tune-ups, transmission services, anything that car needs, we can handle. More than anything, I just want people to feel comfortable when they're at Tucker's Automotive.
Flying A Motorsports has been providing the motorsports industry with the finest transportation equipment for over 35 years, offering an extensive range of new and pre-owned motor coaches, toter homes, race trailers, car haulers, and more. Flying A is proud to be a premier dealer for Renegade, Show Hauler, Intech, T&E, Bravo, C-Tech, and more. Visit FlyingAMotorsports.com to view current and on-order inventory.
Need parts fast? We got fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You do a lot of hauling, and I mean a lot. That means you're prepared with a hitch for every job. So let's make this easy. Introducing the all-new hitch harness. Built for any vehicle, in any situation. A safe and secure way to store your vehicle receiver hitches. So say goodbye to rattling and damaged truck beds. Welcome to the new wave of hitch storage. Because it's not always about what you're hauling, but how you do it.
Welcome back to the Dome of the Americas Center. Twisted Tech qualifying fast time. Brandon Overton, first off, welcome to the Dome. Your first trip here, you go quick time. How in the world do you pull it off? This racetrack's so unique to what you see across the country.
Yeah, definitely. I was honestly about to throw up before we ever did anything today. I'm nervous. I don't know how the hell to get on the racetrack. So after we hot lapped, I could kind of halfway breathe a little bit. Just watched Gustin qualify. Knew we'd just do the same thing he did, but maybe clean up a little bit. And yeah, it all worked out for us.
How intimidating is qualify, especially when that gets right up there on the fence, knowing the margin for error is so narrow?
Yeah, this place is wild, man. Like I said, I've never been here. I'm honestly mad at myself. Like, as soon as I got out there and made a couple laps, I was like, man, this is badass. You know, why have I not been coming? So, yeah, it's an awesome atmosphere, awesome weekend. Like I said, it's so cool to walk around downtown, see all the people and all the fans. Yeah, we're just looking for a good show and see what we got.
You get a new bike from Twisted Tech 2 to ride back. That's got to be pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot about it until you said something. I was like, damn, I heard him say I get a $1,200 bike. That's neat. Like I said, just thanks to Twisted Tech. Thanks for the bike. We'll get some miles on her.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the night.
Yep, thank you.
Brandon Overton, quick time in Twisted Tech qualifying. Ben, DJ, boy, this is that's pretty cool. First time here, quick time.
And you know what Brandon just said there, where he was mad at himself that he hasn't been here? Remember Tyler Erb when he came here the first time?
Yeah.
He goes, I was really critical of this, and I said it was kind of a joke and a clown show. And he said, then you get here and you realize this is pretty awesome. And he goes, I'm mad that I haven't been coming. And that is one thing I want to touch on real quick. Remember in year one when a lot of the national guys just said, we're not going, we're not going to be any part of it. And then as years have gone on, everybody comes out because this is, is this thing perfect? No. Is there always the room for disaster? Yes. But you know what? It is an undertaking. It's an event. It's a happening. In some way, we have had some just amazing races, and they just seem to get better every year.
And you need to look no further here than the JCB pit cam, right? Look at all the special wraps these guys have on the race cars. It was the first year here, the first few years here, guys were like, man, I ain't changing my wrap. I ain't changing the body panels. I'm going to take the most beat-up stuff that I have and go run this 5th-mile indoor racetrack.
Which a lot of times is a good idea.
It's absolutely a good idea. Equally as good of an idea is putting a brand-new wrap on the race car. We've seen more special wraps this year than we ever have, and I think that also goes a long way in showing exactly what this race means to these drivers.
Well, and the vendors, you see it. Everybody has special T-shirts made. You can knock out all your Christmas shopping right here at the Dome. And again, track prep is underway. We're going to have the Summit Racing Equipment mods coming out shortly, but right now we're going to head to Trenton Berry with an interview.
Hey, I'm down here on the concourse, and I've met one of the most interesting cats here in the Dome. Some of you guys around probably know him, some of you don't, but it's time everybody get to know him that's inside here. So we're going to take a chat with the Copenhagen Bandit. Now, this guy's he's got an interesting story. He's a professional comedian. He threw in the towel on his day job here a few years ago. He runs all over the country booking shows and making people laugh, and he's a huge dirt racing fan. How you doing?
No, I'm doing good. This is my first time at the Dome. I'm excited, and being from Missouri and being able to come down here, this is super cool. I've never seen nothing like it. We're down here watching Uncle T, Turbo. Well, there it is. There's a few of us. All right. It's been a good time so far, so I'm excited.
Hey, when you come to something like this with so many people, does your mind just wander the whole time with like all kinds of new content for your stand-up?
Sometimes it does, but that's everywhere you go. But I'm waiting for tomorrow and Saturday. I want to get a lot of content out of this, so maybe we can make a video and see what all we see. So it'll be interesting.
Now, the section that you're in, I've long thought, like, this is the party section in 3 and 4. I feel like the most beer sold in this entire place is going to exist between this crew that's right here between turns 3 and 4. Lo and behold, I didn't even know this until I walked through here, but you're actually right in the middle of it. You might actually be the leader of it.
Well, I don't know if we did that on purpose, but we can make it happen, huh? Are we going to do it? The most beer drink in this section? Perfect.
All right, so I've got one more question, and we're going to roll on for you here. I need you to just give us some sort of joke to make everybody laugh here, and I'll let you be and get back to the night.
Oh man, putting me on the spot here.
Oh, you're a professional.
Yeah, I'm more of a dirty joke teller, so I don't want to get us kicked off TV.
Let's go PG-13 and a half, okay?
Oh gosh. I don't have any PG jokes. It's all R-rated.
All right, well,
I have none.
Get Mike Tyson over here.
Yeah.
Get Mike Tyson right over here. Let's see, boy. That was quite the endeavor. Okay, this is the Copenhagen Bandit. Let everybody know where they can find out about you.
Oh yeah, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything. OnlyFans coming soon. So that's about it. Look me up if you get bored.
There he is, the Copenhagen Bandit, and with that, we're going to send it down to the pits to Chris Moore, who's got some more good stuff going on down there.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm here with the quick timer of Group B, Tyler Carpenter. Tyler, good to be back here, right back on the main stage. And little excursion there on lap 1, but right back to the top of the charts there on lap 2.
Yeah, man. You know, after the trip we had getting down here, I'll take that. I just told myself you need to be just nice, slow, and steady out there the way the track is, and I just entered too slow and too straight and hit the inside wall with the nose, and it knocked me up a track, and I tried to keep from breaking traction, and man, it pushed me straight out to the wall, and I figured, hell with it, just hit the wall now and just regroup lap number 2, and man, it just feels great to be back here, and like I say, be on this big stage with everybody, and just to keep doing what we've been doing in the past, and you know, I got so many people that's helped me get here, and just give you a little glimpse of my story on the way down. My hauler blowed up. It normally takes us 8 hours to get here. The hauler blowed up on the way down. It took us 16 hours to get here. And, man, I got to thank Todd Brennan for getting my truck up off the road for me, and my guys for working with me and fighting throughout the night to get where we need to be. And just appreciate everybody watching and support me. And I got a new set of wheels on this thing. They're called Next, and y'all be looking out for them. And we got a lot of great sponsors, Bobby Bagger with Parkersburg Plumbing Supply, and Holdren Construction, Zamp, Swiss Springs, Hoosier Tires, you know, just got to have them all, and got me an Eisner race engine in. I just want to appreciate everybody that helps me, and hopefully we can keep things going.
In the past, you've won here when it was cowboy up. Today, it doesn't seem like it's quite going to get that way. Slicked off pretty quick. What do you think you're going to have to do as the night goes on to be back up front?
Man, you just don't really never know here. Just being a small track suits me so well. So me and my driving style, I don't care if it's slow, slick, and steady, or if it's wide open with jumps that monster trucks get hung up in. I love this place and love everything about it. And as you can tell and look up in the stands, this event just keeps growing bigger and bigger. And we just got to do our part here and put on a show and just keep things rolling, man. I'm just tickled to death we're here, and it's just a pleasure to be back here racing in December.
All right, good luck.
Thank you guys.
There you go, guys. DJ, Ben, take it away. Tyler Carpenter looking for win number 3 here at the Dome.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Great job. You see his dad, Freddie Carpenter, there beside him in the Carhartt jacket. Freddie will see in action tomorrow night as they're down there in what I like to call Kryptonite Corner. You've got several Kryptonite race cars all there together. Hey, Ben, I know you said a dirt draft lineup. Have you ordered your new FloRacing swag, though?
I was hoping for Christmas maybe you were going to.
You have a birthday coming up as well,
yes,
where you'll be
you've got the red hoodie.
You'll be getting your AARP card. Yeah, that's right. Hey, there's the hoodie. By the way, brand new. You can scan the QR code. You can go to Flow Sports, shopflowsports.com. They've also dropping this week a brand new shirt. Specifically, they're calling it the Gateway Special, but it's got like every car. It's got like a late model, it's got a modified, it's got a sprint car. I think it's even got one of your sport mods on there. So shopflowsports.com, scan the QR code. And by the way, it'd be remiss if we didn't mention, as the modified start making their way into the arena, make sure you go out and visit all the great vendors that are here as well. Just tons and tons and tons of driver merchandise in the concourse. Go to the Gateway Dirt National social media pages to find out exactly where your driver has their merchandise at. Several merchandise vendors located out there as well. So again, support these drivers and their efforts this weekend. And as Ben said, they make great stocking stuffers as well. And we have got the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds making their way out on the racetrack. And before we turn it over to the third member of our broadcast team, we are going to turn it over to some of the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. The Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Castrol Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. A good look there at the JCB pit cam as the late models have made their way out of the Dome in America's Center, and the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds have made their way in for their dual hot lap qualifying session. And with that, we will welcome the third member of our broadcast team, at least up top, and it'll be the third year that he has called the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. He is the promoter at Marshalltown Speedway. He is the voice of Boone Speedway, and he is my good friend, Mr. Jerry Van Sickle. Jay Van, welcome back to the Dome at America's Center.
It's so great to be here.
Good to see you, brother.
I love it. I love it. Jelly Construction doing some final touches up during a track prep session here tonight, looking at qualifying in 32 of the 64. Just like the late models, we've split the Summit Racing open wheel modifieds into two groups. So a great night of 32 drivers planning on taking the 5th mile oval here at the America Center. Great to have you here as they, like I said, finishing up things on the racetrack. What do you think, man? I didn't know. You know, we got here yet. You guys got in last night.
Yep.
DJ come walking in. I thought you guys brought me a baby Sam Squanch for a minute.
Nope.
He was all bearded up and everything.
Yeah, he's been out in the woods. He's a man of the woods.
Yes.
How about the mods? Fun fact.
Ooh, yes.
If you've been doing your homework, I'm sure you saw this as something I just came across. We talked about in the late models entering the 8th edition of the event. 5 different drivers have won this event. Bobby Pierce has won it twice. Tyler Carpenter's won it twice. And the modifieds, I think it speaks to how tough it is to win this in the mods. 7 years, 7 different winners.
Exactly.
That's impressive. It really, and I think this year, it's easy to see. We could be 8 for 8 after this year.
You know, a lot of first timers this year, Ben. A lot of first timers, some repeat offenders, as we say when you come to the Dome. But it's just the caliper from across so many different sanctioning bodies. You know, whether it be UMP, WSOTA, IMCA, USRA, or just an open. You know, some people's. They just run open rules throughout the country, and it's just a good hodgepodge or a melting pot or melting pool that comes together at the Dome with 64. And only 64 drivers get invited. Some guys get invited, and some guys say, no, I don't want to be here because I can't make it work. And that there's always that 65th guy that's going, I hope there's somebody that can't make it because I want to go.
Well, and I know DJ, Jay Van, I know you guys are the same. I probably have roughly 3 dozen modified drivers every year. Hey, man, can you do me a favor? Yeah, what do you need? Nope. I need an invite to the Dome. And I'm like, let me tell you what I can't do. That would be that. And it is. It's guys want to be a part of it. And right now, Jay Van, you hear them cranking them up. It is time for Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying for the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds.
You bet. Modifieds ready to take the racetrack. Like Ben said, Weir's Machine Racing Products, Bangor, Wisconsin, presenting your Summit Racing Equipment qualifying. We'll see 3 cars, 2 laps, just like the late models. 3 cars, 2 laps going to be coming to the Speedway as they put some final touches on the race surface. Kind of work the top, work the bottom. It's a good shot right there, seeing our first 3 going to be coming to the racetrack. The West Portsmouth, Ohio racer with Lethal Chassis and a France Performance, Burlow Performance, B&B Recycling, Berry Trucking, and Roseberry Floral Creations brings Braden Berry in the B75 first to the racetrack. Second time back with us. We saw his wrap earlier during late model time as they were back there in the pit area. Driver out of El Paso, Texas, the 65X machine. Going to be back there, your second car to come to the racetrack. And, of course, from El Paso, Texas, is Carlos Amanda Jr. in the 65X. And what a career and what a season he's had. 2021 USMTS prelim winner at the King of America. 2023 prelim winner at the Masters in Cedar Lake. And a prelim winner at the Winter Meltdown in Vado Park. Of course, that's a Hughes with a Cornet. Hacienda Mechanical, Hacienda Motorsports, Larry's Carburetor. Look at that. What would you call that guy?
Oh, that is that
that's
Caution Man? Caution Man.
You need to just go home for the weekend. We want green. Well, I could say what it is. You remember Bubbles' alter ego in Trailer Park Boys was the green, you know what?
Caution Man.
Yes, Caution Man. Caution Man. Caution Man. Does whatever a caution man.
There's the Trenton Berry. The Jason Fager fathead up there.
I was going to say it wasn't the Trenton Berry because it's got hair on it.
Oh.
Mott's taking to the racetrack, third coming to it. Longtime competitor and chassis builder, that 12 car out of Watts, Oklahoma. That is Jason Hughes, 3-time winner in 2024, 4-time USMTS champion, King of America World Modified champion, a 5-time Fall Jamboree champion. That 12 of Jason Hughes. Going to see Braden Berry go top of the chart with a 13-143. Now Amanda Jr. Carlos Amanda going top of the chart. Jason Hughes right behind him, so 13-143 the time to beat, and that's going to stay that way here in the first 3 on the racetrack. Carlos Amanda Jr. with a 13-143, 13-143. Coming to the Speedway next year, next flight of 3. Going to see the young racer out of Kelowna, Illinois, the Skyrock with the Mullins, 2024 Fall Classic winner, IMC and Northern Sport Mod Twin 125 winner, and 23 wins on the season. That will be Logan Velos Jr. that you see on there. Great shot of Jason Hughes, the veteran out of Oklahoma, making his way up off the racetrack. The Hundley & Sons Trucking, A&W Long John Silver's Choppers, West Edge Auto Repair, 43L of Logan Velos. Right behind him, going to be his second trip to the Dome, the Lowry, Minnesota racer, 2-time Alduin Memorial winner at River City Speedway. 2 wins at 24 at I-94 and Fiesta. That is a 6X. There's see Logan Velos knocking the blade off of that thing up in the fence. Zach Johnson out there in the 6X machine. And defending champion Drake Troutman in the 5, making his way off of turn number 4. As the Mod's up against the fence, Troutman goes top of the speed chart. Troutman with a 13-10 on the 5 car. And, well, looks like Zach Johnson going to be the only car leaving a spoiler on that thing, but it's going to be Johnson going second. Zach Johnson will go second, but they're right there. Defending champion, quick on the clock, Drake Troutman in that second set coming out. So Troutman going to keep it right there, top of the chart. Next group of 3 going to be coming on out to the Speedway. Very driver familiar with the Dome and in a modified and a late model. There you see him picking debris up off the racetrack. It'll be the 20 RT, of course, the 2022 Dome champion. Picked up a 2023 prelim night, the 16-22 modified, and 19-20 Super Nationals champions, and of course the 2024 Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Points champion with 28 wins in all divisions in 2024. The Chandler, Arizona native, that is Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. 20 RT. Right behind him, it's the Snake, old Peyton Taylor, the Clash on the Coast. We're going to Florida. Peyton Taylor, check out his merch booth up there as he got there, and we'll watch Taylor make his laps. And then the 54, the driver Zach Hawk out of Rockford, Ohio. Golden Harvest, Birch Seed Sales, Coon Farms Hot Rod. Taking a look there, RTJ to the top. Ricky Thornton Jr. at 12.856, 12.856. Your quick time on this one. Troutman will drop back into second. Peyton Taylor that time going to go 4th on the speed chart. And you will see Zach Hawk 7th quick. But right now, top of the charts, that 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., Royal Chassis of the Mullins, and Royal Race Cars All-Star Performance, Kohler Manufacturing, EMD Wraps, LDR Products, the Short Gear, and Sunoco Race Fuels. Ricky Thornton on top of qualifying right now. Next group coming to the racetrack, 3 more. First time to the Dome, the 74M, the Concord, Michigan racer. That, of course, is Mannix Furquan there in the 74. Taking a look out there, also the 24H, no stranger, a champion here. That is Mike Harrison, and got one around. Speaking of one, it is the one of Drake Powell. Drake Powell around over there in turn 1 and 2. Bringing out the caution from the Racing Electronics starter stand. Wheel and caution lights coming on. Like I said, Mannix. Furquan making his first appearance at the Dome. Got that Scott Bloomquist tribute wrap on that 74M. So great to have him getting his first invite to the Dome. Like we said, 64 drivers invited. And you've got to do all kinds of neat things in the country to get yourself invited to the Dome. Everybody wants to get here. Sparklers and snake off of Harrison up there on the Crete there in turn number 3 and 4. Still RTJ top of the speed chart. Out of this group, fastest so far is Mannix. Mannix in the 74M going to go fastest in this one. But it's still Ricky Thornton, your top on points. Furquan with a 13.218. Mike Harrison moving fourth quickest. Mike Harrison goes fourth quick on the speed chart with a 13.115, 13.115. And quickest time for the one of Drake Powell put him 12th quick at a 14.70 or 079, 14.079. Keep an eye on the next car coming out. If you're first of 3, the next one's the old Success Mississippi racer. Going to be Chase Holland, and that thing is, well, she's full of money. There is more $100 bills on that thing than well, you know what kind of stage on a Saturday night. Holland out there in the 45 car. Also with him on this one is going to be Austin Holcomb in the 8A. Austin Holcomb. And the 0 of Jake O'Neill, the Tucson, Arizona racer. Holcomb out of Elm City, North Carolina, and Chase Holland. Holland looking to make it rain with $100 bills. Gonna need to find some speed as he goes 7th quick for the 45. Ooh, O'Neill hard into the wall on the outside of turn 1. Checkered is out. Checkered flag is, well, Jake O'Neill's knocked the T-bar and the deck out of that one. Crew's going to have some work to do on that. Holland going to be 7th quickest out of that group with a 13.175, 13.175. Holcomb will go 9th quick with a 13.216, 13.216. And O'Neill 15th quick, do not have a time on him. So they'll pick up the T-bar and the deck plate and everything off of the 0 car down there, as he has got a ton of damage on that machine. Of course, people tune in on Flow all over the country. Great to have our friends from down under in Australia, Brett Wheeler and the gang down there, tuned in and watching here on which is a Friday for them in Australia, but great to have them tuned in and watching, as I believe transponder issues on the 0 of Jake O'Neill. So right now, taking a look at your speed chart, Ricky Thornton Jr., a 12.855 is going to be your quick time. You see officials working with Jake O'Neill down there. Drake Troutman with a 12.903, 12.903. Troutman defending champion. So right now, defending champion and a previous champion in the mod division, working 1st and 2nd. Zach Johnson, the old millennial farmer out of Lowry, Minnesota. 3rd, Mike Harrison, another former champion, 4th on the clock. Peyton Taylor is 5. That's your top 5, as I believe Jake O'Neill going to get, I believe, 1 lap on the clock, 1 on the clock. As he will actually go here with the next set. Trep Jacoby there in the AJ82. Trep Jacoby out there, the O'Fallon, Missouri native, working it down into turn number 1 and 2. And Mike McKinney driving the Marcia Current owned spinner. Tilt-A-Whirls. Hang on, O'Neill. Look out, look out. Jake O'Neill piling her in there pretty hot, wanting to make it happen, but Mike McKinney getting on around over there. So we'll go back to the green here momentarily. Of course, Treb Jacoby, the 2001 Federated Auto Parts Speedway Modified Rookie of the Year. 4 feature wins in 2024, including the final event. Treb Jacoby picked up the final modified race win at East Bay Raceway this fall. They're back there in the Max Core Hot Rod. Imperial Bull, Atwell Exterior Services. Of course, he's won on Labor Day at the DeCoin Mile and the Mars win at Tri-City. Mike McKinney there, the 96 car, like we said, in the Marcia Current-owned Hot Rod. Jordy Nelson and Keith Simmons putting the engine together. C&J Trucking, H&E Equipment. Of course, he was third in 2004 UMP National Points. 19 feature wins on the season for Mike McKinney. Thornton still going to stay top of the speed charts here, looking for the fastest one out of this group. Treb Jacoby with a 13.254. Treb Jacoby quickest out of this group with a 13.504. Jake O'Neill, well, Treb Jacoby going to move up, get a little better lap on lap 2. That'll move Jacoby into J82 up to 8th quick with a 13.175. O'Neill will be 12th quick with a 13.257. And Mike McKinney in the 96M 16th quickest with a 13.612, and his first lap was quicker. So our next group of Summit Racing Equipment open wheel modifieds coming to the racetrack for their Wares Machine qualifying. Great Chase Holland fan having a good time there. The 07X of Troy Morris III, old TM3, making his first appearance to the Dome from Bakersfield, California. A 2-time Super Nationals qualifier and a 3-time Fast Shafts All-Star qualifier. Right there in the 07X. Then we'll see the 22 years out from behind the wheel. It came over a night of Crown and Cokes with his kid and Cody Summer. Daryl Hoffman out of Mooresville, North Carolina. First time in 22 years behind the wheel of the Blue Deuce. And it is the 18L of Michael Long out of Fowler, Illinois. Scooting a rip in the lip of this place. Taking a look here at some times coming in. Michael Long 7th quick with a 13.149. 13.149 quickest so far out of these three for Long. Troy Morris the 3rd, 14th quickest. And Daryl Hoffman. Gonna need a little bit more. Told him in the pits earlier, I said, hey, as long as you got a case of WD-40, you can spray the rust off and get that thing back up front. He'll do a little more washing the rust off, but Daryl going to be good. Said he's happy to be back, but there you see a great shot of the 18L of Michael Long out of Fowler, Illinois. Quickest of those 3 cars in that session. Coming to the track next will be the 37L of Pontiac, Illinois' Michael Ledford. The 18 out of Belton, Kentucky, that will be Charlie Medford. And the 49 of Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota. See some action there happening back in the pit area. This late models going to be getting ready for their hot lap sessions. Of course, Michael Ledford, 4-time Farmer City champion, along with the 3rd in national or Northern Illinois region points this year, a 2-time Falls Cup champion and 30 wins in the last 3 years. Got 6th in UMP national points for the Pontiac, Illinois racer. Charlie Medford, what can't we say about that kid? He become the superstar of the Dome with that flip and his, well, rendition of how he did it. And Charlie Medford out there in the 18 car, and Jake Tim in that 49 machine. Jake Tim, the Winona, Minnesota racer in that Rage with the OFI Performance Hot Rod. USMTS Mod Wars champion, Dirt Kings late model and Cedar Lake feature winner in the 49. Taking a look out of that group of 3. Be a little quicker, slower on that one. Looks like Medford 21st quick with a there, but Jake Tim going to be fast out of those at 13.541. Jake Tim out of that group. Racetrack slowing up just a little bit for the modifieds. Next three coming to the racetrack. A driver hails out of Carthage, Illinois. He was the inaugural Clash on the Coast, presented by IMCA TV champion, 2021 Super National Sport Mod champion, 28 times in victory lane in 2024. It's a lethal Triple R, J&J Aganado, J&J Construction, Oliver Air and Heating, Sunbelt Rental of Quincy, Pogano Family Stores, Austin Becerra in the 22, Becerra the 22A, 4W. That's Tyler Wolf out of Fayetteville, Arkansas, the MB Customs, ACE, Gun Shepherd, Army, CMD Race Shocks, 20 feature wins for that young pilot out of Arkansas in the 4W as Becerra tried to knock the wall down over in turn number 3 and 4. And then you see the 15W. Alex Williamson, the Rushford, Minnesota racer, USMTS Mods Award 10K winner, top 10 of USMTS points and 40 career feature wins behind the wheel of that 15M. The Rushford, Minnesota racer of Alex Williamson. Austin Becerra, boom, bang, got it quick on that one. 22A goes third on the speed chart with a 13.058. 13.058 for the driver out of Carthage, Illinois, going top in that group. Tyler Wolf going 14th quickest in the 4W and the 15W. Working on in there deep in the field. Next three coming to the racetrack. It's going to be the 77, no stranger to the Dome. It's Ray Bollinger out of Kewanee, Illinois. The 22 of Brandon Kopp. Who could forget his run last year as it was the into the fence on the one and done. Ray Bollinger, 2024 Spoon River Track Champion, 3 feature wins in 24 and 6 in the 2024 National Illinois UMP Region. And a Van Quist with a Mullins right behind him, as that is at 22 of Brandon Kopp. The Brule, Wisconsin MB Customs Lane Performance 2021 was Soda Rookie of the Year. He was a 3-time Wisconsin State Champion in 21, 22, 23, and 5th in 2024. And he is there with Tim Luttrell in the 99 car. Tim Luttrell there at 7 feature wins in 2024 and 19 top 5s. Let's take a look there at the speed charts. The 99 of Luttrell going 26th quickest on that one. He's going to have a little work to do. Ray Bollinger, the 77 quickest lap in that session, puts him 21st with a 13.538. And the 22 of Kopp, 27th quick. Final three. There you see it. He's been to every Gateway Dirt Nationals in the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. It is the 7, Panoke, Kansas, Clay Money. The old money man right there in the 7 car. And then right behind him is going to be the 33C, the driver out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. What a year this kid had in 2024. Canadian champion. Rookie of the Year for Wissota and the national champion in Wissota. That, of course, is Cole Chernowski. Cole Chernowski in the 33C and the 26B, or the 26 out there. Adam Ogle, his first time to the Dome. Pretty excited. One of his big accomplishments, built his own car. He built that car himself. That Ogle's Neighborhood Services and Towing, Rex Howard's Landscaping, and taking a look there on the clock. Everything going to stay pretty close up at the top, as it's going to be the 33C of Chernowski going 25th quick. The 26 of Ogle. Back there deep in the field on 26th. And quick time qualifier. Let's see how he did it. The 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton posted his first lap quickest with a 12:8:55 in that second group that hit the racetrack. And the Chandler, Arizona native is well on his way to making his start up towards the front of tonight's feature event. Of course, we'll have to go through He Races coming up next as Ricky Thornton Jr., your Weir's Machine and Racing Products Fast Time here tonight. Somebody's getting a two-seat ride out on the speedway. The two-seater out there working on around as all of our qualifying is over. All of this almost up and over. So the two-seater getting a ride, of course, all kinds of great things going on. Late models making their way in. Make sure and check out all the vendors and